Welcome, everybody, to the Jim Masters Show live worldwide. Good to see you. I could see you and you and you. Some of you are dressed up. Some of you are in biz casual attire. Some of you are still in your sandals and shorts. And some of you are in your pajamas. Now, that works for those of you who are in Europe, where it's like midnight or 1 a.m. But for those of you who are on the West Coast at 4 p.m., how come you're in your pajamas? Good to see everybody. I'm your host, Jim Masters. This is the place for light, love, and levity, or as we accidentally coined but have fallen in love with, as our guests and our viewers around the world have fallen in love with, this is the place for lovity with the E in it. That's right, Loveity, or Lovety, however you want to do it, but we usually do it Loveity, even though grammatically that's technically not correct. And if you go to a school teacher and you mention that, they probably go, wrong. But on this show, we're including the E, so that way we don't spoil the word love. Pretty cool. Everybody loves it. And that's what counts. Whatever keeps you guys happy and puts smiles on your face. This is an entertainment lifestyle talk show series. Like a television program, not a podcast. It's actually like and produced and formatted like a TV show. And thank you so very much to all of you from around the world who have been sharing the great comments, sharing the links, liking the YouTube page by subscribing to it. We love that as we grow that as well. We started this series 19 weeks ago as of this week. 19 weeks, unbelievable. And have done about 140, almost 150 shows, night after night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, with extraordinary guests. Many of them are celebrity friends of mine personally, as well others that work hard to bring guests to the show. Other guests who watch the show and say, hey, I want to go on there and I want to be a part of that vibe, the positivity of the show, bringing back the lost art of conversation. That's what we do here night after night. We have a lot of fun. Sometimes we get deep with our conversations. Sometimes the guests really like to express themselves in unique ways and we just let it roll. I love that. And you guys are so expressive too as well, with all of your glorious comments, and everybody's welcoming the guests and telling the guests they are now a lovety. All the viewers, if you're watching for the first time, call themselves loveties. So the loveties are the viewers, loveties are the guests. I got my hat on. Everybody calls me Mr. Lovety, and that's just the way it all sort of gelled, and we love that. That's really cool. So thanks to everybody watching. We hope you're having a good day wherever you're watching around the world. We do have viewership all across the United States, Canada, Europe, Africa, Asia, Australia, New Zealand, wherever it is, we're here. The only two places we're still waiting to hear from: the Arctic Circle, and we're still waiting to hear from Antarctica. So again, if you have some relatives up or below, and I'm talking about not that below, I'm talking about Antarctica below. Ring them up and tell them Jim Masters is on. You must watch. And tell them if they're in an igloo to try to get Wi-Fi. Good to see everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. Nice to see you here. Looks very fancy and expensive, right? It's just like a strawberry lemonade. That's all it is. Very light and refreshing. Something just to cleanse the palate and refresh the vocal cords. Hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you're in the mood for some great entertainment and amazing conversation, because Donna VIVINO is here. Yes, I've been talking about her for the last several weeks now as a guest on our show. She's a Broadway star, actress, singer, and just an all-around beautiful person inside and out, and we are very happy to have her on the show. She's going to join me in just a second. First, of course, you know, or if you're just joining us for the first time, a couple of formatics we do here. We have a cast of characters, one of which is Mr. George Burns. And George is here, and George says hello. He greets all of you. There he is with a cigar, and there he is with a smile, and he sees all of you. He sees some of you in your pajamas, too. I don't know how that is. Look at him, he's all decked out with his bow tie and his red hanky and his cigar. His glasses as well that look a little foggy. I don't know. I mean, he's maybe teetotaling or something. Jeannie is here. Look in there. You see Jeannie? I don't know. You got to look quick. She's blinking at you. She's blinking hello, like she does in the opens. Hi, Jimmy Jeannie. Couple of more friends here that you guys all look for. Again, you know, the show's all about light, levity, and love, or lovity, so why not? What the heck? These cast of characters are here and they're now part of the show. And there's Silver, the lab. He greets you. He says hello. Sort of keeps the place under control here. Got him on a TV shoot in Switzerland. And we've got another character here. This is funny. I feel like I'm doing a kids show. This is Wonderama. And I'm Bob McAllister. That was a great show. I grew up on that show, actually. Channel 5 in New York. WNEW at the time. This is Jimmy. Jimmy says hello. He greets you. He says, hey, good evening. Jimmy will be here if I'm ever not here. I'll have him fill in. Everybody has fallen in love with Jimmy. And there's another one, courtesy of our friend Dreama Denver, fabulous actress and radio station owner and wife of Gilligan. Bob Denver sent us this treat, the Gilligan doll. And there he is. Aloha, Jim, Dreama Denver. Bob Denver was Gilligan and also and Dobie Gillis and lots more. So how's everybody doing? Let's say a couple of quick hellos to our viewers. We do always like to acknowledge our viewers all around the world. I think it's very important and special to do that. And we welcome you. From wherever you're watching, you're always welcome here. Christine Clifton is watching on YouTube. Greeting Jim and Lovedies from North Carolina. Looking forward to having Donna VIVINO on the show tonight. So am I. We were just chatting. We were getting all the technical stuff together. If you only knew what happens prior to us going live, it's just like a TV show, just like radio, just like stage. All of the stuff you have to do. So when those lights go on and those mics go on, let's go. You make magic. But up until that point, things get a little crazy. And that's all part of the game, and we love it. Good to see you, Christine, and thanks for all your lovety for the show as well all the time. Kathy Short is here. Good evening, Jim, and all the lovedies from Cleveland, home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, home of where they filmed A Christmas Story, those exterior shots. Remember I said I was on a TV shoot in Cleveland last year. We got to visit the Christmas Story House Museum. That was really cool. If I'm ever back in Cleveland, I will let you know, Kathy. We can go to lunch. My friend in New Jersey, Marianne Kelly. Hi, Jim, all. And it's great to be back, and it's great to have you with us, Marianne. I hope you're doing well. Hope your family's well. I hope things are going nicely for you and you're busy. Nice to see you, Marianne. Bernadette is here. Bernadette's been loving the Jim Masters Show series. Hello, Jim, and all the lovedies here in Lovedy Hall. Good to see you, Bernadette. You've really been very active on the show, and I love that. Renee is here in Iowa. Hi, everyone. Hi, Renee. Good to see you. Hope you guys are doing well. Mary Bishop from Florida. Hello, everyone. Hello, Mary. Nice to see you. Kathleen in New York City. Hi, Jim. Hi, everyone. Hope all is well. You as well. Blessings to you and your family, Kathleen, and I hope you're doing well. Marilyn watching in Wichita, Kansas. She's reporting for duty as well, and we love that. Cassandra. Good to see you, Cassandra. Welcome to the Jim Masters Show. We're here every night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. And she's watching on Jim Masters TV on YouTube. We love that. Go Donna with triple hearts. That's cool. We love that. Renee says in Iowa, no jammies here yet. She's not quite slid into the PJs yet. You will soon, right? The show gets so comfortable, I tell you. Hi, Jim. How do you know that below my shirt I'm not wearing pajamas? I could be. And I'm not panning the camera down to prove it. You just have to go on my goodwill and faith that I might be and maybe I'm not. Good to see Crystal in Connecticut. Hi, Jim and everyone. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Looking forward to an exciting show with great conversation and lovety. I love the way you word that. You should do all of my branding. And it's good to see you, Crystal. Kristen and I. She's been following me on PBS, public television, for years. And we finally met just a couple years ago when I was emceeing a concert for Chicago, the band, on behalf of public television. And it was terrific. Crystal is wonderful. And Merlin, nice to see you as well. Hello, Jim, and all the lovedies. I just want to let you guys know, towards the end of the show, we're going to announce our new Viewer of the Week. That's right. Christopher Joseph has been our Viewer of the Week all week. We're going to announce the Viewer of the Week today. I know we're a little off kilter. We usually do it on Sundays. I don't know. We've been thrown off. Everything this year is thrown off. We'll do it tonight towards the end of the show. Man, I missed dancing to your intro. Oh, you missed the theme. I know you love our theme to our show. I will be sure that we play that at the end so you can dance to the theme like you always like to do. I know you love dancing to it. Good to see you, Jennifer. I know you're going to be zen. Jen is zen. You watched Grease when you got home today. Love those songs. Yes, that's right. We had Barry Pearl from Grease and so much more on our show last night. Crystal is cheers. Soraya, good to see you. Hi, Jim and everyone. I'm here tuning in for just a bit, and I have to help your mom with dinner. Oh, a beautiful thing to do. That's very nice. And say hello to your mom as well. Merlin in Innerkip, Ontario, Canada says cheers. So does Mary Bishop. Me Irish humor. Got it. LOL slancha. Jim, can you sing and hum your intro music so I can dance to it now? I missed it tonight. Maybe towards the end we'll do that. I'm going to save the singing for our guest right now because she's primped and ready to go. Hi, Jim. Hope you all had a good day. Love watching you're in Hampshire in the United Kingdom. We love that. And you're here just about every night. Thanks for being with us. We love that so much, Avril Britton. And Francis as well. Good evening, everyone. Nice to see you. Mary Hines is watching. Good to see you as well. And looking forward to seeing Donna. Mary, welcome to the show. It's good to have you here. Great night of entertainment ahead on the show. Please do, Jim. I'd love to meet you. Oh, if we come to Cleveland, absolutely. That would be great. And HDEC is here. Heather from Minnesota tuning in for Donna. And we hope you tune in regularly for Jim as well. You're always welcome. 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Good to see you here. Watching on the YouTube channel, HDEC. Kathy Short, Jim is just a sweet person. Yeah, we met through public television, Bernadette. That's right. That's right. Just a sweet in person. You've been talking to my mother again, huh? Good to see everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. And of course, one more thing we like to do. Sometimes I forget to do this. We get so bogged down with everything, but tonight we're going to do it because we're going Broadway tonight and so much more with our very special guest, Donna VIVINO. So some lights, camera, action. The Jim Masters Show is live. I tell you, where are you going to find production value like all of this? I mean, this is Tony, Grammy, Oscar, Emmy winning presentations we're delivering to you here. Good to see everybody, and another comment coming in from Rhonda Murphy. Good to see you, Rhonda. Welcome to the Jim Masters Show live. So as you can see on the screen, we have a wonderful guest who is joining us, and we were just having a couple of laughs and getting things ready just before we went live on air. Donna VIVINO, she is extraordinary. She's very excited to be here, and again, we're honored to have her with us. She's an American actress and singer, Broadway star, most recently nominated for a 2018 Los Angeles Ovation Award for Best Actress in a Musical for her portrayal of Mary Flynn in Merrily We Roll Along, directed by Michael Arden. She's performed in Wicked on Broadway and previously seen starring in the role on the first national tour. She was the original young Cosette in Les Miserables on Broadway as well, and on the cast recording too. And she starred on Broadway in Fame Becomes Me with Martin Short, and was also on Broadway in Hairspray and Saturday Night Fever as well. And she plays Serena Maxwell in the Broadway World web series Submissions Only. That is just some of her extraordinary resume, and we're so excited to share more of her extraordinary background and her vocal prowess and so much more as she joins me right now live on the Jim Masters Show live and direct from northern New England, which is very beautiful. Good to have you with us, Donna.
Hi, you too. Good to be here. Thank you for having me. Yeah,
absolutely, my pleasure. My pleasure. All excited to have you here. And tell me, how have you been? Surviving, creating, keeping busy with everything that you're doing?
That's a great question. I feel like I've been surviving pretty well. Most recently, though, I'm just going to have to jump in on the bio. So most recently is actually 2020. I was playing Grisabella in Cats on the first national tour. Was in Canada in March, and we closed on March 12th. And I went over the border and went to Canada, and I went to Canada. And
there you are.
There I am. I'm sorry I didn't do my makeup tonight, so you'll have to just. Yeah,
Well, how
So
long
that's
does that, when you look at something like that, and we'll bring that back up, how long
yeah.
does it take to get prepared for something like that?
I would get to the theater 2 hours before. I like a lot of time, and we all do our own makeup or did our own makeup. Every cat does their own, so I like to take a lot of time so that I can make it look how I'd like it to look. Whereas with Alphaba, that process would start a half hour before the show began, actually, the greening. So, and then somebody else did it. But I still like to be at the theater very early. That's just me. I'm a little type A about it. So I would get to the theater 2 hours before with cats. But I'm surviving pretty well. I miss New York and New Jersey. I hope to be back soon. Uh, I've been up here enjoying time with my son, who's 4 years old, and my family.
That's very nice.
It's been
Yeah.
awesome. The
Hmm.
tomato crop is so amazing in Maine right now that I just keep making tomato sauce from scratch, which is,
Very
I know
nice.
it's so boring what I'm talking about, but it's so fun.
No, 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 no. Believe me, this crowd, if you talk about food, you have won them
Good.
over. This is the food crowd. These
I
lovelies
am
love
obsessed
food.
with the tomatoes. I'm not a raw tomato person, but I ate a raw tomato like an apple up here. That's how good the tomatoes are in Maine right now. This is from,
That's
and
you're
this is a
getting a lot of
Jersey girl. This is a
yeah.
Jersey girl saying that, right? So,
Exactly.
yeah.
Crystal says,
Uh,
"Hi, Donna. Welcome to the show."
Hi.
She's in Connecticut. Avril, welcome, Donna. She's in United Kingdom. Jennifer
Hello.
Barry says, "Hello, welcome." You get a lot of lovety
Hi.
welcome from
I
the
know,
audience.
levity.
Yeah.
I love. I'm loving the levity.
Merlin in Canada welcomes you. Mary Bishop did. Bernadette welcomes you as well. Again, they really make sure they welcome everybody in style.
So
Hello from
kind. Hi,
Kathy in
guys.
Cleveland. Rhonda in Virginia Beach is welcoming you. Renee in Iowa welcomes you. Hello, Donna from Kathleen in New York City as well. And Merlin eats tomatoes the same way.
Nice. It looks like uh, Merlin. I was in Ottawa when the tour shut down. I know you're asking.
Ottawa.
We
Yeah,
were in
she lives
Ottawa.
in Innerkip, Ontario, Canada. Christine in North Carolina. Donna, welcome to the Jim Master Show.
Hi.
Cheers. You were an amazing cat,
Thank
Bernadette.
you, Bernadette. You saw the tour, I guess.
And Jennifer, she's cooking spaghetti and garlic bread for her
Uh,
Ken now. So you got people hungry. I tell you, this is the food crowd.
if you go, I don't know. I might have posted it, but my son was helping. He was a great sous chef, making tomato sauce with the fresh tomatoes. It was like nothing I've ever. It was unbelievable.
Very nice. Ernestine in North Carolina says, hello, everyone. And Donna and Marilyn. Merlin thanks you for letting her know it was Ottawa. Soraya says, hi, Donna, and welcome from Morris, Illinois.
Hi, Illinois.
Really nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. So, you've been busy. You've been keeping busy,
And I've
creating,
been teaching like crazy. I mean, that's really
which
I.
is fantastic.
It's been incredible. I have to say I feel very very blessed because when I went on tour, I in December I told some of my students. So I had some vocal students. I said, "There's something called Zoom. You may not know about it yet." This was in like late December, early January, and I said, "If you want to try to keep taking lessons with me, I'm going to try to do this with you on something called Zoom." So I was on tour in January and February using Zoom and running private classes and some small classes in musical theater on Zoom. So when this happened, I just pivot. I was pivot very quickly. I was very, very fortunate in that way, and I decided to just keep going. And I have students in Hong Kong, Guatemala, Spain, California. I just taught a class right before this. There's students Arizona, Vermont. It's pretty incredible.
It really, really is.
And
Because
they're all
I was going to
yeah,
say
and they're all
before,
about
people,
8 to 18.
8 to 18, before, when
So
people heard Zoom, they thought of the PBS series, gonna
right,
zoom. Remember that? Boston, Mass. 02334. I used to sing the zip code and everything. That
yeah,
was a lot of fun. So Zoom is now really taken over in so many different ways. Going back in time a little, we like to sort of set the stage as you've seen, because you're a
okay,
viewer of our show, and we love that you watch the show. We really appreciate that you watch the show.
yeah.
How did you first get started? What were some of those early inspirations in your life, Donna? Did you come from a musical family, a family of performers? Tell us a little bit about that.
My 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 father is a professional musician, and his brothers are also musicians, and his older brother is a comedian named Uncle Floyd, who's a New Jersey. You know who he is. He was a
The Uncle Floyd Show, for those
had
of
a
you
really
watching. Yes.
yeah. It was. I was 2 years old when I went to the studio and saw him, doing his thing. And he had me come on and say hello, and I saw myself in the monitor, and that was it. I wanted to be on TV after that. I didn't ever stop really wanting to perform. I saw how much he made people laugh and smile, and I was very inspired by him. And then my father was always playing his saxophone and flute and clarinet, and there was always so much great music on. Ella Fitzgerald, Stevie Wonder, these were my influences. And then, of course, my mother had Barbara Streisand on, and she's not a singer, but she introduced me to Babs and introduced me to West Side Story. And that's when I was like, oh, musical theater, this is really amazing. So it was everybody kind of, in my family was an influence, I had to say. So, yeah.
That's great. I mean, so you had that, and Ralph says good evening as well.
Hi, Ralph.
Francis,
Hello, hello.
yeah, hey, Ralph in Indiana watching. Francis says hello, Donna as well. So you got a taste of it early, and the bug bit you, and you really liked it.
It
Yeah, that's
sure
cool.
did. My
It,
4-year-old is trying to get in right now.
that
Hi,
always
honey.
happens. Doesn't that always
I
happen
don't
on
know
these?
why. I don't know. Daddy needs to come and get him. You can show me something in a minute. I'm so sorry. Do you
No,
want to
this
come say hello to everybody?
sure. Why
Okay,
not?
come on. Come say hi, Dad. Can you get him though in a sec?
Anna says
Um,
hello, and Ralph
hello.
says hi there. That always
Hi.
happens on these.
The kids come in.
Oh yeah,
He's
during
4.
network news interviews with politicians, the kid comes
It
in.
is what it is. This is how we're all living right now. And you know what? He's my son.
Is he
So if he wants
there?
to come, he
Because
is, I think. Do you
we
want
can
to come
make it.
say hi? He might be getting a
Yeah,
little shy to come on camera.
if he
But
comes, let us know because we could do a full screen and you can
would
see
you
him.
like to say hello? Say hello.
But wait,
There.
look at this.
What is
Mommy.
that? What do we have here? Let me see. Let's go. I like that bracelet. Thank you.
And I can put these.
All right.
Fantastic.
That's Jim. Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Hi.
What is the 5210?
It says
Yeah.
5210. I'm not sure, but all right.
Now,
Thank you.
yes, good to see you on TV. Oh,
Okay. All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
I think he's thank you. It's almost bedtime. So all right. Good night. I love you.
Thanks
They
for
always
joining us. I
I've
tell
seen
you.
it also. I've seen it on the news even. It
I
happens.
don't know. I think he's got that bug. The bug is
He's
biting him too.
he's really into drumming
Oh, he
actually.
is.
And
So he likes
oh yeah, he's very he's very rhythmic. He's very good at drums, and it's just something he's been doing since he was 2 years old probably. So
everybody's saying hi to him as well. That's what happens.
aw.
If you put a
I think he
child,
pulled this up because he can't hear what you were saying, so he was gonna
oh,
probably try to listen. But
so we can hear.
yeah,
See, that's
yeah,
very
yeah.
smart.
Oh, they
Oh,
know how to do everything. These little kids. It's
hello,
incredible.
Zach.
He probably could have set this microphone up for me if I asked him.
Well, you know what happens if a child comes into play, or if somebody has their dog or their cat jump on their leg, they're all saying hello to him right now. Hi,
Aw,
hi, hi,
hi.
hi,
His
hi.
name is Hendrix, and he's
And
4.
how cute he is. Oh, that's a cool
Oh,
name, Hendrix. That's a cool name.
yeah.
That's fantastic.
Thank
That was
you.
great. You can't script a moment like that,
No,
right?
no,
That's
no.
fantastic. So you were saying that the bug bit you, and what were some of the early things that you participated in? Like, were you in school plays and things like that as you went
No,
along?
I did do a school play in 3rd grade. I was Jiminy Cricket
Oh
in
yeah,
Pinocchio. So
yeah.
I was green. I was green then even. I had to paint my screen, which is sort of a foreshadowing, I guess. But no, I started out doing television commercials and TV shows. I was a film and TV child actor for a little bit. And then Les Mis happened when I got that job when I was 8 years old. And that's when sort of the musical theater career began.
Mm.
But I was always acting first, and then the singing kind of came later. I
What
mean, I
was it?
always was singing as well, but
Yeah. What was it? I mean, you went from the commercials and television to Les Mis. What was it like when all of a sudden you're involved in a production like, Les Mis?
I think that when you're 8, I'm not sure that
Yeah,
for
then it
me,
clicks
I'm
in.
not sure that I knew it was like a big show and everybody was talking about what a cool thing it was. But for me, I was like, yay, I get to perform. And there were other kids in the show and I made friends. So it was fun. Looking back, I realize now the magnitude and it was a piece of history. It was such a phenomenon. It was like, you know, I think about Hamilton right now. My son loves it and he listens to it over and over. And then I realized that I'll meet people now who will say, when I was a little girl, I listened to you singing Castle on a Cloud and over, and it made me love theater. And so I'm just really honored that I got to be a part of that history of Les Miserables and how many people it's touched. And I think the story is so beautiful. I can't listen or see Les Mis without crying. That's just that's just me though. So yeah. I'm not sure. You there, Jim? Well, I don't.
You're
There.
there. Yeah, we just
Okay,
we're
this
we're
is the
very
world we're in.
yeah, we're very generous. We give the guests sometimes a nice
I
full
was like,
screen.
okay, thanks for the
When
full screen. Well,
when
I
they're
saw
start
Jennifer's question, so I was like, I'll answer a question, I guess.
Yeah, if you have any
Awesome.
questions, folks, feel
Yeah, I
free.
see
Any
them. I see
questions?
one here. It says, where do you find your Zen place, mountains or ocean?
Oh, she always asks all the guests that. Now, I'm ocean growing up on the coast and living along the
Right.
coast. She's more mountain. You grew up in New Jersey, so were you by the coast or were you inland?
No, I mean, I was outside of New York City, so that's the Hudson River
Ocean.
coast, which is if you can call it a coast. Definitely ocean, but I've been out here in the farmlands in Maine,
Yeah, in
so
beautiful Maine,
I'm
yeah.
really appreciating more of the. Although I'm on a lake, so you know it's water. I got to be near a body of water. So
It is
ocean winds,
beautiful.
I'm sorry, but mountains are really beautiful too. And
That's
I
right.
miss the mountains. Yeah, see what I did there?
Mary saying,
That
hey,
was from
Donna and Hendrix. Yeah.
Hi, Mary.
SWFL, is that Southwest Florida? Yeah, Southwest Florida. They're not, I don't think they're getting I don't know, are they getting the impacts of Hurricane Sally right now? A little bit, maybe. Wind and rain, that hurricane that's off the Gulf there, I know impacting Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. That's a tough one. We pray for everybody
It's
there.
and in
Crazy,
and
crazy
in Calif
stuff.
and in Pacific Northwest, just praying for me there as well.
Jen is now Zen because you answered the question about the ocean versus the mountain.
Thanks for
So,
asking, Jen.
so the commercials, you said you were in commercials as well. Do
Yeah, a
you
lot of
remember some of the
commercials.
commercials that
Oh
stand
yeah,
out
and
for
you
you?
can find them everybody on YouTube. They're out there. There's this caffeine-free Coke commercial. You probably can Google it. I might have my name in there too, and I'm singing about Coca-Cola, and then I drink it, and it's like it's got no caffeine, and I'm singing. I think I did almost. I must have done almost 100 commercials as a child. I mean, I was the commercials kid. It was crazy. I think the New York Times did an article on me because I was very good with copy. I was an early reader, so I was that sassy commercials kid that would talk a lot. I was never like the pretty girl just eating something and smiling. No, I was
You
the
had lines, which actually was a plus to have the
I had
lines.
monologues. There was Northern toilet paper, ragu, which we hid from grandma because, I'm Italian and can't do a commercial for ragu. But yeah, no, it was interesting as a child actually in the 1980s to go to a talent manager and be told, it's a blonde hair, blue eyed world out there. And she, is ethnic. I mean,
Yeah.
so but that actually worked to my advantage because I was unique and I embraced that. So that's a lesson to anybody out there who's aspiring. Just be who you are, literally.
Stay
Um,
authentic. Be you,
Stay
right?
authentic.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful
absolutely.
message. Northern
Yeah.
Ireland is checking in. Scream
Ooh,
Queen Army, that is Chris. He's in
that's exciting.
Comber, which is around Belfast in Northern Ireland. He
I've
watches.
never been to Ireland. I would love to go.
I was supposed to be in Ireland in the spring on a television shoot project, but Ireland, San Antonio, and down in Boca Raton, Florida for three different projects, but everything is sort of still in
Right.
a limbo status. They're
Sure.
waiting, everybody's waiting to see because you can't really travel and you can't go international. And so it's been a little bit of a pause there. Were there things you were involved in that stopped in the spring as well, as far as productions
I was
and
supposed to be in Cats through the summer.
through the summer? Yeah.
And yeah, so, but it's been, of course, it's been challenging for everybody and an exercise in patience, but I really do feel so fortunate because I'm teaching so much and I have a business now teaching that I love it. I always liked teaching, but I didn't realize how much I get up every day and I get every weekday. I take weekends off now, but I get to connect with young aspiring performers from all over the world. And it feels like a mission now
Yeah.
to keep the arts alive in that way. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Christine asked Donna, what a wonderful experience to play the role of young Cosette at age 8. How long were you in the cast, Les
Actually,
Mis?
quite a long time. I had a 5-inch growth clause, and I guess I wasn't growing very fast because I was in the show for 2.5 years, which is very long for a
That
child.
is,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Soraya asks, do you like the movie version of Les Mis or the musical play version of the same name? Do you have a preference
I
for
prefer
yourself?
live. I
Yeah,
prefer
me
live.
too. I love
Yeah,
everything live as well.
yeah,
Yeah, live is great.
yeah.
So after Les Mis, what happened from there? Take us through your little timeline of what happened from there. Because I mean, that's quite a production to have been involved in at an early age. That's fantastic.
Sure.
Learn by doing.
Well, right after Les Mis, I did a movie. I went right back to sort of my roots of TV, and I did a movie. Um, and the movie got shelved for 3 years because Orion Pictures went bankrupt. So I did this movie, and I was 11 or 12 years old. And then the movie came out, and I was 14, and they're like, "Get that little girl," and it's like, not a
She's
little girl.
grown.
And I hit that age where you start to go through puberty, you get a little awkward, and there's not as much work. So I started doing all my school plays and hanging out with my friends, and that was a really beautiful time. And my high school had an amazing musical a teacher who directed our musicals, and I learned a lot from him. And I also had an amazing drama teacher who taught me everything about improv. I was improvising at 14 years old with
Really?
someone who had worked professionally in New York City as an improviser. So I really have to say that my training in high school at a public school in New Jersey was incredible.
It was good.
It was great.
Yeah.
And I did that. And then I was doing jingles and some commercials as a teenager, but I wasn't doing any musical theater. If someone is going to play a 15-year-old in a musical, they usually will hire somebody 18 or over. Also, at that time, there weren't a ton of shows for young people. So I was very content actually doing everything, my high school stuff. And then I went to college in New York City, not for theater, because I was terrified to do this as an adult. I thought it's such a hard business. I know this from doing it as a child. I also was really good at school and loved it. I loved learning, and I thought I wanted to be a lawyer. So I went to Barnard College in New York City at Columbia University, and I was in an a cappella group and did one show there. That's it in those 4 years. Studied. Started thinking about applying to law schools, and I'm going to keep talking. While I was applying to law school, I realized that everybody else who was applying to law school loved law the way that I loved the arts, and that I maybe should consider still, trying this out as an adult. And my senior year of college, I just kept talking. I hope that's okay.
Oh yeah. When you get a
My
full screen, it's just all you.
Okay, thank you.
The
I'm
light
nervous.
is
I'm like,
on
oh
you.
my
So
gosh.
like when a guest is going deep, we
I'm
sometimes
sorry.
give them the full
I know.
screen.
I get nervous. Like I don't want to take you.
No,
But
no,
my
no, it's
feet.
fine.
And then,
I'm a generous
thank you.
host.
You're the best. You're
I like to
awesome.
share the spotlight.
My senior year of college, I realized I don't know if I really want to be a lawyer. Like I was visiting law schools. My boyfriend at the time was going to Harvard Law, and I went and sat in on a class with Alan Dershowitz. I got to see Alan Dershowitz teach criminal law, and I'm looking around. I'm like, "You're really into this," and I'm just not feeling it. And so it was sort of come to Jesus moment where I was like, I want to be on stage again, and I didn't go to a conservatory. What do I do? And then it's as though something came to me. I got a call from a casting office that had seen me when I was 19 for a movie. I did audition a little bit here and there. And they said, they're doing a musical of Saturday Night Fever. And I was 21. And I went to this hall thinking, well, I'll go. And I got it. So my senior year of college, I was doing a Broadway show. Like right after I had decided, I think I want to perform again, it just fell in my lap. And so I was finishing up my senior year at Barnard College and doing a musical on Broadway at night. And I was an RA. It was a lot. And then after that, I did not get a job performing I got one regional show right after that for 2 months. And then I did not get a job after that for 2 years. I waited tables, I substitute taught. So it fell in my lap, but then I still had to pound the pavement, you know?
And during that time, it sort of grounds you, I guess, a little bit too,
Yes.
right? When you're having to do that and
It's a
realizing
very creative time, though, in a way.
Right.
Like right now, too, in a sense.
Is a creative time.
I think so. It can be.
That's what a lot of people have been saying, that it really, really is a creative time in many different ways. And it all depends on how you look at it and, what your perspective is, but it really, really is. I want to show some cool photos we have here. This one involves Wayne Brady.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Tell
yeah.
us about this. That's cool.
I was just telling my class about this before this because I teach an advanced musical theater class, and they didn't know that Wayne Brady could even sing. I said, first of all,
He's unbelievable.
yes. Not only is he unbelievable, The Masked Singer, he won last season, but he has been Aaron Burr in Chicago, Hamilton. He was Lola on Broadway in Kinky Boots, and he was Charlie in Merrily We Roll Along. That was a production of Merrily We Roll Along in Los Angeles, with directed by Michael Arden, and that's the beautiful and wonderful Aaron Lazar behind me playing Charlie. And the three of us were the trio. We were the three leads: Mary, Charlie, and Frank. And that was an incredible experience. That was amazing. He is so talented and really nice, and really worked hard. I mean, he was doing Let's Make a Deal, coming to rehearsals, doing Sondheim, which is no easy feat to memorize all that, and then would fly on his days off to, I have to go here and there because I'm doing a stand-up at this casino. And I mean, he just works so hard.
Yeah, absolutely. Right.
Beautiful voice, though. Yes, Wayne Brady sings. Check him out if you don't know that.
Like Bernadette, Wayne Brady is crazy talented.
Crazy
and how
talented.
he, like Ann Hampton Callaway, can you could throw the word milk out and they can create a song in like 2 seconds and start singing and dancing to it, which is unbelievable.
It's really fun.
Chris in Northern Ireland says, I saw Wayne Brady on The Masked Singer, US on UK TV. Kind of guessed early that it was him. Yeah. Very talented guy.
Everybody thought it was Jamie Foxx, but it wasn't.
I did too when I saw it.
I didn't think that. I knew it was Wayne.
Did you know?
But a lot of people thought it was
there
Jamie
certain-
Foxx, who's also
certain-
very talented.
Was it the way he moved, sort of
It
mannerisms?
was his singing voice. I know.
voice.
I could tell it was Wayne singing.
You
I don't
could
know.
pick.
I don't know Jamie Foxx as well. I know Jamie Foxx does great impersonations, but I could just tell it was Wayne's voice.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're all talking about how great Wayne is as well. We dug up this picture in our research, Les Mis here.
Oh yeah,
So that's, yeah.
a lot of hair.
Isn't that amazing?
It's all mine too. It's not a
So
wig.
again, you're how old there?
8 or 9.
Wow.
Probably 9. Probably 9 by the time I took that. Yeah.
So when you look at that young girl there at that age, what do you see?
Like I said, I see a lot of hair. Gosh, I actually see my sister, one of my younger sisters, and my son. That's the literal interpretation. But I also see. I was on stage performing, doing what I loved. I remember I would always I would sweep, and then you'd get down on the ground and you would kneel, and you're like slightly off center or right on zero. I forgot. We didn't really have numbers in Les Mis, but it was like there was this grate. I look at that and I'm like, I'm on the grate. because there was this little like grate, and that was my spot that I had to hit and sing the song. And I'm probably saying "There Is a Lady All in White" and reaching out to her. Look at that, and I think Trevor Nunn and John Caird, were amazing directors. I learned a lot doing Les Mis because we had to go to school, so I would get pulled out of rehearsals to go work with the tutor with the other kids. But Trevor works in the way that Michael Arden works, who directed Merrily, and he actually studied with Trevor. They work in an ensemble fashion, so everybody watches everything that everybody's doing, even if you're not in the scene. Maybe sometimes you're doing, but most of the time, no. Everyone's there together. And I think it's really smart. That's how you learn. That's how you grow. And that's how you understand the story you're telling.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
Cool picture we dug up here. We're going to jump a little bit.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's like a...
That's a big jump. It's still the
fun.
same theme of a lot of hair. Same theme.
That's all my hair. It's this hair brushed out because that was a 70s night at the Box Theater, which is the Lower East Side. I don't even know if it's still open. They would do these burlesque shows. This was not a burlesque show. This was a show that I did with Frankie Grande, who, if you guys don't know who he is.
Ariana's brother.
He was on Big Brother.
Big Brother, right.
And and Brooke Shields in this show. It was this sort of, gosh, I sang Last Dance, and I was in it was a disco theme, my song. So I did Last Dance, the Donna Summer song.
That's cool.
And I got lifted up by a bunch of beautiful men, carried me off. It was great.
You raised me up.
Yes, exactly.
That could have been the song. That's
that
a cool
was
shot.
Fun. It is a cool shot. I haven't thought about that
Isn't
night
it?
in a long time.
Really, really glamorous.
Very.
And then too, this Finks.
Oh, thanks. 2019, in San Francisco. This was a play, straight play, and I'm playing Madeline Lee Gifford, who was Jack Guilford's wife, and it's the story of the Blacklist. And that's, oh God, what a great, gets Gabe Marin, and that's Jim Stanek with me in that photo. Great actors. Jimmy's awesome. He's a New York-based actor, and Gabe is an incredible Bay Area actor. And it was directed by Giovanna Sardelli at TheaterWorks Silicon Valley in South Bay. So, yep. Leo, yep. He played Jerome Robbins, and it really tells the true story. Their son, Joe Guilford, wrote this play about what his parents went through during the Blacklist. So it was an honor to play that part.
Very cool. Yeah, very cool to be involved in that. Just again shows your versatility, and also something else.
Oh, this was fun.
You were waiting for Johnny Depp.
This was last summer. My goodness,
Yeah.
This was a one-woman show. I've never worked so hard. I can't even tell you. I mean, I learned it so fast. We had so little rehearsal time. That's what happens when you do these festivals. Tons of songs, tons of dialogue. What a blast it was.
And what was it about as far as the title, Waiting for Johnny Depp?
It was about Rita Adelina Sophia Donatella Zeitz. That was her name.
Wow.
Oh yeah. And she's just like, she's an over the top person, and is just desperate to get a break, and gets this call that she booked a movie with Johnny Depp. But then they first tell her, like, oh, you have to lose weight. And then actually, then you can get the contract. And then she does. And then they're like, oh, wait, actually, you have to cut your hair. So all these things happen. It just gets to a point of absurdity. And she's like bending over backwards, jumping through hoops. And then finally, she has a moment where she's like, you know what? I'm just me. And that's not what this is about. Because I don't want to give away the ending, but something happens that makes her realize that, like, what really matters is not all of that. And then, of course, once she says, I'm done, Johnny Depp calls and he's like, I want you in the movie as you are. So it's sweet, funny, but it's really funny because it's very interactive with the audience. So I did a lot of things too, and with the audience. That was a lot of fun. My improv skills were very helpful then.
The improv, yeah.
And there was a lot of singing,
Really?
and dance, and it was a.
And do you love dancing? Do you love the dancing?
I love to dance, but out of respect of my dancer friends, I won't call myself a dancer. I did have to dance a little bit in Cats, but then they were like, "Yeah, we'll cut you out of that part of it," and that's when I'm like, I know, I'm that good. No, but compared to the dancers in Cats, right? So I love to dance for fun, for just freedom, but
To have fun, yeah.
Yeah, I danced in Finks actually in that play. I had to Lindy, so I got to learn to Lindy. So I love social dance. I think it's so much fun. I love partner dancing and swing dancing, and that stuff is a blast. Yeah.
So we go from that picture, well, we have a segue from this one, glamorous and fabulous, and here we are.
Oh, well, that was, you jumped a little bit into it, yes.
Yeah.
And next, I thought you were going to show Next to Normal, which was
yeah.
right after, and that was not glamorous. I mean, I don't know if you know the show Next to Normal, but that's a very.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So I went from doing this over-the-top comedy, and then I started rehearsals a month later for Diana Goodman, who is, if you don't know the show, she's a mother suffering from bipolar disorder and delusions. So that was like going from, this was a dream role come true. I mean, yes, Wicked. You can't,
How did that happen? How did you end up, on Wicked? That's quite
interesting.
amazing.
I was in Hairspray, and it's a little bit of a long story, but I won't go too long. I was in Hairspray, and I was in the ensemble of Hairspray, understudying several roles and dancing in that show a lot, actually, which was fun. And I got a girl came in the dressing room who was on that night. She was a swing, who said, "Oh, there's auditions for Martin Short's show on Broadway, and they need someone who does impersonations," which is, she knew I did that, and who can also really sing. And I thought, well, I'm in the ensemble of Hairspray. They're not gonna, pick me, and but it was weird. She said that, and it made me look into it a little more. And I called my agent that day. It was a Saturday morning, and he's like, "Oh, I submitted you. I know you're a great impersonator. I submitted you for it." They didn't even call me back. And I said, "Oh, okay, well, who's the director?" And he said, "Oh, well, and Mark Shaman's the musical director." I said, "Oh, Mark Shaman, he's the musical director on Hairspray." And I did something that I never would have thought to do, but I went to stage management, and I said, "Do you have Mark Shaman's email address? I just want to email." And they gave it to me. And I emailed him, and I said, "Look, I know this is really weird. I don't even know if you know who I am. But this information came to me, and I feel like I might be perfect for this job to play on stage Martin Short." I mean, what kind of moxie did I have, right?
Hey, that's good stuff.
I thought, what I have to lose. He writes me back and says, "I know who you are. We're in final callbacks already. They're on Monday. But I want to get you in because you just did to me what I did to Bette Midler years ago to work with her." And I'm like, "This reminds me of me." And he goes, "So I'll get you in, but you probably won't get it." I got it. I went in, I got it. Then I'm doing this show on Broadway with Martin Short, playing Sarah Jessica Parker, playing all these different characters, doing all that. And the associate director on that was the associate director on Wicked at the time. And I said, "Paul, I really, really want to go in for Wicked. I haven't gotten an audition for it." And he said, "Oh, you'd be a great Glinda." I said, "I'm an Elphaba." He said, "Yeah, but you're funny and you have like curly hair." And I was blonder too. And I said, "I know, but inside I'm an Elphaba, I promise." And he was like, "Well, I'll try to get you in, but I can't promise anything." It was the same story again. Like, nobody really wants me, but so I forgot about it. And 3 months later, my agent said, "Hey, Wicked wants to see you, like your request." And he goes, "I'm just letting you know, they don't see you as Glinda or Elphaba. You're going in for Elphaba, but they don't see you as either." So I straightened my hair just because this is a little, and I went in, and I remember thinking, they'll never cast me as Elphaba, so I'm just going to go in and sing these songs that I love so much, and I have an opportunity to just sing Wicked, and I love it, and I have a chance to sing Defying Gravity and Wizard Night. And I walked in the room thinking it would be one person in there, and it was everyone. Stephen Schwartz was there, and David Stone, and all 12 people. I was at a final callback again. I got very lucky, and I remember thinking, "Oh, I'm really not going to get this now because I haven't jumped through hoops." And I sang it and I was like, I just get to sing this. Yay. I was just so thrilled to be there. And I got offered the standby on tour, and then I took over the role full time, and then I wound up performing the role on Broadway as well. That story, Martin Short and Wicked, like lightning in a bottle twice like that, is not normal. I just want people to know that. I got very lucky both times. I did put myself out there both times. And so that is something to remember. Like sometimes just ask why not. But Hairspray, which I had been in before that, I auditioned for 14 times over 2.5 years to get into that show. So you don't just get it right away. I had to keep going back and get better and better at my dancing. That's why I work really hard.
That is amazing. What a story.
Yeah, so Wicked, I got it from one audition, which I was in the right place at the right time, and I was in the right frame of mind. That's the other thing. I wasn't expecting anything. I was just delighted to sing those songs for the people that created the show. I thought that was the coolest opportunity.
Yeah. You see what Bernadette says?
Oh, Bernadette. Where did she see the show? Was she on?
Yeah, what did you see it, Bernadette? Let us know. You can type it in the comments and she can respond from there. Great comments. You know, what an amazing career,
blessed.
Great photos. We loved Wicked. My daughter and I like to duet on the songs. Chris in Northern Ireland loving these photos. Good stuff. We have also, we were talking about cats, but here's another angle, another version. Again, still stunned by, you know, the artistry of the makeup as well. That's a cool.
I did that makeup too. I'm very proud of my cat makeup because that's the scariest part of it is you have to do your own makeup and, you know, yeah, that was the very first time I went on.
Had you had a chance to meet any of the original, like Betty Buckley and any of the original folks? Yeah. She's wonderful.
Well, I know Terrence Mann from Les Mis. I had never seen cats when I got this job.
Wow. So you had to really study up quick, right?
It was really quick. I got a call on December 26th saying, do you want to, I had auditioned for Cats in 2018 for the national tour. This is the revival tour that Andy Blankenbuehler from Hamilton choreographed. So he redid the show, and it was a new version, but still had a lot of like, you know, the classic stuff. I auditioned for it in 2018, and I got down to the very end, and I didn't get it, and then I just kind of forgot about it. And then I got a call on December 26th, and they said, "Do you want to go on the Cats tour, Mage?" And I said, no. I said, I have a 4-year-old. I don't know how I would even do that. When would they need me by? Oh, they needed someone like yesterday. They need you like next week. I said, oh, I don't think so. And she called again on December 31st and said, are you sure? And I said, well, I'd have to ask for certain things and I probably won't get it, but let's just ask. And I was very lucky. I got what I asked for. So I took the job, and on January 2nd, I signed the contract. January 5th, I was in a rehearsal room. January 12th, I was out on the tour. So, and then COVID, and then I was gone 2 months later. We all were, right? We were all shut down. Yeah, but what a whirlwind, right? I mean, and I have to tell you, when I first sat in the audience and watched it and realized I was going to be in this show and had never seen it, I thought, this has been around 40 years now, this show. And people around me were loving it. They love it. I mean, this is a show that touches a lot of people for whatever reason. And you know what?
It's kind of like the longevity also of Phantom of the Opera still has.
Right. It may not be everyone's cup of tea.
Right.
But, and you know what? I got to sing Memory, and that is just an honor. That's an honor. That's a beautiful song.
See what H. Deck says? Best voice teacher ever. Love her.
Thanks, Heather.
Chris in Northern Ireland says his mom saw Cats live in Blackpool, England with Elaine Page many years ago. Bernadette saw Wicked on Broadway. Cassandra, best she's ever seen. Christine saw it in 2004. She was
before my time.
Yeah, before. She's trying to find the playbill as well. That's cool. That's really, really cool to have had that opportunity to be in. I mean, you're talking about this, not so bad. With everything else in between all of that as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You do these really, and Hairspray alone. Hairspray was the most fun. Everybody was asking me what show there's nothing more fun than doing Hairspray. Let me tell you, what a
Hairspray,
feel-good
yeah.
show.
Yeah.
What a
We had
feel-good
Pepe
show.
Castro on the other night, and he was in the original. Hairspray. That's you can see that on Jim Masters TV. That was really cool.
Yeah,
He's a dear
yeah.
friend. And then of course you're always performing as well.
Yes, there
This
I
is
am with my straight hair and blonde,
looks
which is
great. That's 54 below, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But no, this is what happens when you've been, and you know what? I'm embracing the curls in the wild now. At this point, it is what it
It's
is.
a whole other
It's a whole other look. It's
Yeah.
wild, but it is
See?
what it is. Yeah.
It's like I said, I haven't had my hair cut since March, and
I haven't either, and I haven't straightened it, and it's not blonde anymore. But that's okay.
do you remember what you were performing then?
Yes, I was doing The Wizard and I as different celebrities. If that one I think was if Celine Dion was Elphaba.
Oh, wow, that's cool. So you were
Yeah,
taking
'cause I
on a
did-
variety of different roles.
Yeah, I do that in my
Yeah.
solo show. I do
I
a lot
love
of
that.
yeah.
There's this too, which I know you're proud of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, tell us about that. Beautiful
That's
Dreamer.
that was my first album that I recorded with my father in 2013.
Yeah.
I think we did 9 songs in one day on that album. My grandma actually passed away, and we decided to just let's do an album. It's just sort of
that's
like
tri-
yes, it's
yeah,
dedicated to her. And,
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
That is beautiful.
it's jazz and standards. So
That's awesome. So
a
that's
lot of people will
available.
get the album and say, "Why aren't you belting it?" And I said, "Because these are songs that are all inspired by my grandmother, and my grandmother was never belting at me. And when I first started singing, these were the types of songs that I sang to learn to sing, and so it's very proud of that album."
We have actually something we can share here, one of the videos of you doing your thing, and we'll
Which
share
one is
that.
this? Is this?
Can you recognize where you're there?
Well, this is when I think somebody asked me to do a virtual performance of Defying Gravity. Is that what this is? And I
think
was
it is.
super. Or is this Smile with Larry Hochman? I don't know which one this is,
This
but
might be, I think this one is Smile, I believe.
okay. So we'll see what
I think
it is.
this one is. I think this one is, or
Well, anyway, I did a.
oh, this is Defying Gravity. Yeah, I'm seeing it. It says
and
with
then the other
Larry.
one was Smile with Larry Hochman. But Defying Gravity, I was asked, will you please, for this, my hometown performing arts Hall of Fame, would you sing Defying Gravity? And I was very reluctant at first. I said, I'm nervous to sing it out of context in my bedroom. Like, this is weird. Like, how do I do this? This was like May, so it was early-ish,
Does that
with all
not
this
sound
stuff.
like a Broadway play? Out of context in my bedroom.
So I was really nervous about doing it, but these guys decided I don't know, I think they did a nice job with it. So.
All right. Enjoy the wonderful dulcet tones of Donna Vivino, and then we will be back in just a moment to chat more with Donna. Enjoy.
Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game. Too late for second guessing. Too late to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instincts. Close my eyes and leave. It's time to try to fly around. Together we're unlimited. Together we'll be the greatest team there's ever been. Belinda, dreams the way we plan them. If we work in tandem, there's no fight we cannot win. Just in gravity, with you gravity, they'll never bring us down.
Wow. Holy cow. Absolutely
You know what?
spectacular. I tell you,
Doing that-
if I'm with you and I ever need a cab, I'm having you hail it.
I get asked about
Beautiful.
a lot, but it's
Really
not my.
beautiful.
Thank you. That it's not singing that in my bedroom in May, literally with the same microphone I have right now. That's it, just an iPhone mic.
That microphone did well, yeah.
It's pretty amazing. These iPhone. I think he had a little reverb.
The instrumentation was good too. The
Yeah, and then you
tracking
have Larry, and then Larry's playing Larry Hockman, the great Larry Hockman, who's amazing orchestrator, and from the same hometown as me. We're being honored for the Hall of Fame, so we did that, and we did another song together as well. But singing that song in my bedroom reminded me of when I used to sing it at home and wanted to.
And you're
Well, not a kid, but like when I was when I was in my 20s, I guess it's a kid, and saying like, wow, I'd really love to play this part, and singing along with Adina, and so it was really nice to revisit the song. I was terrified to sing it again, but it was nice to revisit it in that way again. So I'm glad I did it. And thank you for sharing.
So that was again for what purpose you created that? Somebody requested
This
that?
was for the Fairlawn. I'm from Fairlawn, New Jersey. And this was for the Fairlawn, New Jersey Performing Arts Hall of Fame Awards ceremony that they had to move virtually. And Larry Hockman, who he's older than I am, we did not go to high school together at the same time, but he is from Fairlawn, New Jersey as well. So he and I are honorees in the Hall of Fame.
Congratulations.
And they asked us, thank you. So they asked us, and he's won several Tonys as an orchestrator. He's incredible.
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
So many shows. And so Book of Mormon, I believe. And so he and I, they asked me to do Gravity, and he worked on that with me. And then we did another version of Charlie Chaplin's Smile. So, yeah.
Unbelievable. Great stuff. Great stuff. You're getting lots of claps here. Renee in
Oh,
Iowa. And Bernadette says, took us right back. Gorgeous. Sherry says, that was so amazing. What a beautiful voice. Loved it. Lots of claps from Francis. Merlin in Canada. Bravo. What a powerful voice. Kathy, wow, beautifully done. Christine, Defying Gravity is such a powerful, deep song. Beautifully sung, Donna. Goosebumps kind of song. Bernadette says, brilliant. Jennifer says, Donna, you're so good. Magical. Wow. Beautiful. Thanks. Donna, got chills. That was Mary.
Thank you, everybody.
Wow, absolutely beautiful. Very beautiful voice. Good stuff. I tell you, nice. And it's nice when we have, the actual, we're doing the show live, so you get the actual interaction live too from our audience, which I think is extra special and big about, celebrating the viewers as well. Really cool stuff. And there is something else I want to show here too, if I can get it here. And it is this, and we're going to cue it up. And so considering you said that it was in your bedroom and all, you knocked that out of the park. I mean, that sounded,
Well, I mean, I think he put, I know, I was like, you put a little reverb on that. But other than that, he said he didn't. I'm telling you, these iPhone mics can be really great. So.
Now see this is something cool too. What is this? Yeah. Tell us about this.
So this summer, I have a program that I had co-founded, and this summer we had to move our camp virtually. I have a program now called Broadway Unlimited. It's broadway-unlimited.com if you want to check out classes for kids and teens. I teach a lot of them, and I also have a great group of people teaching. This summer, though, was the Journey to Broadway program. It was a 2-week camp that I usually run in the summer in person, but we went virtual. And it's hard to do group numbers virtually. So I'm so proud that we did 2 of these, one for the younger kids, one for the older, but this was a group number that they did at Journey to Broadway of Tomorrow from Annie. So, are you going to show it?
Wow.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so fun!
Yeah.
The kids will get to. Okay, they'll get a kick out of that. That's awesome.
Absolutely, absolutely. We'll show that right now and enjoy everybody. And we will be right back with our illustrious guest, Donna VIVINO. Here we go.
The sun will come out tomorrow, and your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be the sun. Just thinking about tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and sorrow till there's none. And I'm stuck with a day that's grand and lonely. I stick out my chin and grin and say, oh, the sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may, tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're always a day away. When I'm stuck with a day that's gray and lonely, I just stick out my chin and grin and say, oh, the sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come on, May. Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're always a day away. Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're always a
Wow, you know what was really cool about watching that, as much as hearing it and how fantastic they are, is watching you watch
Oh,
it.
you can see me.
Well, no, I could see the joy and the pride, and
Yeah.
it was almost just like they're all your own children. Just like you were
Sure.
really like you were watching the
I
way
know.
like a mother would, or an aunt, or a teacher would, like glowingly, like really
Yeah.
rooting them on. It was really cool
Yeah.
to see. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah,
Yeah.
I really do care about every kid I work with, every student, not just kid, I have older students as well, but they're just precious. The first time I saw that edited version, I started to cry just because I said, wow, they just threw themselves into it, and the dancing part is what made me start to cry. And they just,
Oh.
out on the lawn, she's just like, I'm going to dance. And I'm like,
I'm
I
gonna
love
go.
it.
You've inspired
Yeah.
that moxie, I
Yeah.
think. That moxie. You've
I hope, I don't
inspired
know.
it.
We'll see. Yeah. But that was a
Jennifer's-
lovely summer program. That,
Jennifer says, "Oh, they all sound great. Really, really nice. Favorite singers is Claire
I will.
from Northern
Thank you.
Ireland. Broadway babies. Bernadette.
Yeah.
Mary says, so sweet, so very talented. Kathy in Cleveland. Sherry says, oh my goodness, they gave me goosebumps. Such beautiful young voices. Really, really nice. Merlin in Canada says, future Broadway stars. Bernadette says, precious claps from Kathleen in New York City. Really touching a lot of levity on the show from the
Thanks, Levity.
and Chris in Northern Ireland says you're a great singer and performer.
Thank you.
Sending you levity from Northern Ireland. Your
Awesome.
kiddo does musical theater. That's great.
So these were our young ones, and then there's the teens as well, and they do something else. But it's so funny because I have found that all of the young people who love performing. They're finding each other and they're making relationships with people all over the world now. Other young performers all over the world, which is awesome, which is really awesome because they're the future, right? So they're gonna keep this going. So it makes me happy. It's so important.
So tell us about Unlimited. Tell us about the program and how this got created. It's a really cool thing.
Thanks. Broadway Unlimited, I call it Broadway Unlimited because it's kind of a little nod to Wicked. Unlimited, together we're unlimited. That's something that Elphaba sings several times in the show. And we all feel a little limited maybe in a way, but I said, what if we looked at it in a different way, that we're unlimited now because we can all experiment with different, I have students who are trying to write stuff now and they never explored writing, or someone who's only usually acting is like, I'm going to try to sing, and we'll do a Zoom cabaret, and they can just because I've done online cabarets with them. And so, yes, while there are the limitations of not being able to be in a live theater together right now, we can absolutely go beyond our own limits and try to push ourselves and explore and be creative and collaborative and just keep the arts alive. So that's sort of my mission. The Journey to Broadway Summer Program, which is what that video was from, was something I had co-founded with somebody last year, and we did it again this year. But I was so I don't want the summer to end. I want to keep working with kids. So I have Broadway Unlimited now. And
congratulations.
Thank you. And hopefully, as things open up, I can fly places and do weekends in person and meet I've met so many amazing young performers, and I want to meet them in person. So I can't wait.
Cool. That's cool.
But we're still going. We have classes. I taught a class today. We have dance tomorrow with my sister.
How do people find out about it? Your website?
You can go to Broadway-unlimited.com, and it's all there. My mission statement's there. The classes are there. www.broadway-unlimited.com.
It's all in the dash.
It's on the dash. That's right.
Going fantastic, Ralph says.
Thanks, Ralph.
I told you, you're now a Lovity. Once you're a guest on the show, you're one of the Lovities.
Once a Lovity, always Lovity. I want a Lovity t-shirt. We should get some swag going for you. Come on.
Yeah, I know. People want t-shirts, mugs. They want
Where is
hats.
my mug? I had my Wicked mug, but I think, there it is. You got
a Wicked mug?
Of course. I have a Wicked mug. I only have 4 mugs that I really. I have a Wicked mug, a Hadestown mug because I love Hadestown, a Disney mug because I do shows on Disney Cruise Lines. That's a whole other story. I do solo shows on there.
Sure.
And then for my it's an impersonation show, believe it or not. I do a little Wicked, but not. And then I do my Madonna mug because I love Madonna. I do. I did as a little kid.
Yeah, borderline.
I did. You know what? Madonna had a big influence on me too.
I love all that when it came on. Absolutely, yeah.
And Cyndi Lauper, Madonna and Cindy.
Yeah. So we're going to induct you in the official Jim Master Show Live Lovity Hall of Fame. I induct you. All the viewers around the world, the Lovities, induct you, and Gilligan does as well.
Hi, Gilligan.
You like all the characters?
I like George.
Oh, George Burns, yes. Well, George says you knocked it out of the park. He absolutely loves it. Matter of fact, when you were belting out those songs, his bow tie flipped several times, and you fogged up his glasses.
Oh no!
Yeah, he hangs out down there with Jeannie for some reason. Oh look, Northern Ireland says. Chris says, welcome to the Lovity Hall family. Sherry says, welcome to the Lovities. You're definitely one of us now, Donna. Cheers, Slancha, which is the Irish toast.
Yes.
Yeah, double from Merlin. Yes, we need Lovity t-shirts. We're working on those, folks. Such a fun night. You're a Lovity now. Good stuff. Cool. You wanted to perform something for us, too.
Well, maybe. I mean, I had been asked if I wanted to. I don't have to, but it's not as grand as something like Defying Gravity. But there's a I think somebody asked earlier tonight. I saw it in the chat. Do you have a dream role? And I do right now. I do. I did have the dream role of playing Diana in Next to Normal, and I got to do that last fall. But I really want to play Heidi Hansen in Dear Evan Hansen. Everybody knows that show. I really, Mom, and becoming a mother, and then seeing that show after. I didn't see it before my son was born. I was like, oh my goodness, I understand this. I played a mom now as Diana Goodman, and I I really want to play Heidi. I think that song is the perfect, I have a son as well, so it's the perfect mother to son song.
Absolutely.
In my opinion. So.
And now look, they're all saying, yes, please, live. They want live.
Oh, goodness. Oh. All right. Well, I'm quite nervous, but I want everybody to know that performers get nervous. So I'm excited.
Yeah. No, it's a great thing. No, I've had conversations with folks because I too have, when I do my television and radio work and all, the nerves, as we know, are actually a good thing.
Yes.
The butterfly, if you ever stop getting those butterflies in the stomach, it means it's time to move on. You don't care about it as much as you did. You're not passionate. Right. It's those butterflies that keep you on your toes and keep you striving for excellence. You want to pull it off. You want to do well. So the butterflies are perfectly fine. As you know, you welcome them, I'm sure. Yes, we love live music. It's great to have you in the Loverty family. Bernadette asked the question as far as your favorite role, and she thanks you for answering that. Some cool stuff. So
yeah. So this song is it's from Dear Evan Hansen. I'll try not to mess up lyrics.
Yeah, and if we do a full screen, don't get nervous. I'm still here.
I won't. I'm not going to look at myself. But it's the song that she sings to her son toward the end of the show.
Absolutely. You got it.
So you let me know when I should start the music.
And now, coming to you live from Broadcast Central in Maine, beautiful Maine, we are going to bring to you more live entertainment on the Jim Master Show, live worldwide with the incomparable Donna Vivino. There you go.
All done. See, this is what happens. I got to get the right song.
That was just a little teaser, folks. Just a little teaser. That was the warm-up act.
It was the warm-up.
Very nice. Name that
tune.
tune. If you can name what that tune was, you get a Loverty shirt as soon as they come out.
Let's try this one.
Play it again, Sam.
It was a February day when your dad came by before going away. A U-Haul truck in the driveway. The day, it was suddenly real. I told you to come outside, but you saw that truck and you smiled so wide. A real live truck in the driveway. We let you sit behind the wheel. Goodbye, goodbye. Now it's just me and my little guy. And the house felt so big, and I felt so small. The house felt so big, and I felt so small. That night I tucked you into bed. I will never forget how you sat up instead. Is there another truck coming to our driveway? A truck that will take Mommy away. And the house felt so big, and I felt so small. The house felt so big, and I knew there would be moments that I'd miss, and I knew there would be space I couldn't fill, and I knew I'd come up short a million different ways, and I did, and I do, and I will. But like that February day, I will take your hand, squeeze it tightly and say, there's not another truck coming to our driveway. Your mom isn't going anywhere. Your mom is staying right here. Your mom isn't going anywhere. Your mom is staying right here, no matter what. I'll be here when it all feels so big, till it all feels so small. When it all feels so big, till it all feels so small. Till it all feels so small.
Bravo, bravo, bravo. Really, really beautiful. I mean, you get moved by that, don't you?
Yeah. I have to
Yeah.
fight. I was like, it's
Yeah.
really the hardest thing about this song. It's I have to fight not crying through it, and then it gets really hard to sing because you get choked up, and then I have to like hit these high notes. But I just think that song is.
What do you think
It's-
of when you're singing that? Do you think of your children? Do you think?
I think of my side one
Yeah.
child, a son, and I'm not a single mother, but she's a single mother, and I just think about if my son said like, "Is there a truck coming to take you away?" You know, it's just like that feeling. Oh my gosh, what are you doing to me, Jim? But yeah,
It's the Jim effect. Yeah, I know.
yeah.
It's
So and that's the key. That's what I always tell my students: to don't let them get emotional. Like so, you have to fight it. You know, and also it's impossible. Even now, I was like, oh,
well.
I
Hey, look,
was no tight for
you're not
cleanse,
the you're not
they
the
say.
well. You're not the only one, Cassandra.
Thanks.
Yeah. No, that's beautiful.
yeah.
I mean, that's the raw emotion. You know, that's
Yeah.
You can tell when you perform, you are all in.
I am. I'm an actor first. I mean, that was my background.
That's exactly what I was saying. That's as I was watching you because I'm looking
Yeah.
at the mannerisms and the eye movement and listening as well. And you were as much an actress as a singer in that performance, and
Yeah.
you can see it. You are totally taking on the role of, the individual singing
Yeah.
with your own nuances and your own twists and your own essences
Yeah.
of how you perform, but really bringing to the table the blending of the character and you
Thanks.
you like transformed into it, which was amazing to see. I noticed that right away. So
Thank
she's
you.
doing acting and singing together
Well,
in a
anyone who
beautiful
takes
way.
my advanced musical theater class on Tuesdays, 4 to 6, they know I don't care how you sound vocally. I want you to tell the story. That is the most important thing. Tell the story first, and then we'll deal with the vocals later. But one thing that I learned over the years is that I oversing sometimes. In other words, don't let great vocals, in terms of musical theater, get in the way of the storytelling. Make sure you're telling the story first, and then you can, because everything can't be American Idol. That's not
Right.
what we go. That's not what we go to see a musical for. We still want to see the story, right?
Right, exactly. What do you think about all the competition shows and all
I
of
don't
that?
like them. I mean, here's the thing. It's entertainment. They've been around since the beginning of time, right? What I don't like about them is what I see happen to young performers when they say,
Don't
"Oh,
win.
I really want to get on America's Got Talent." And I will say to them, "Listen to me. If you audition for America's Got Talent and you get on, great. If you don't, it does not mean that you don't have talent. Keep going." Right. And also, I have a friend in Hamilton who did I do a lot of like other Broadway performers come and teach with me. And she did this great chat. She had been on American Idol, and now she is Angelica Schuyler in Los Angeles. And she said, "I just want you all to know it was a great experience and it's great exposure and it was fun, but it's scripted. Like I did not get to choose what to sing. They kind of know who they want to, it's scripted to a point." So she said, what you see on TV in those reality competition shows is so edited. And so, it's entertainment. It is, if you don't get on The Voice, it does not mean that you are not
Good
gonna have a
enough.
career as a singer.
Right, right.
Right?
Because some of
So-
them, right, some of them, they really take it to heart and they
think,
feel,
yeah. And if you don't have 20 zillion Instagram followers, it does not mean that you are not talented and there's not people who want to hear you sing, because you can sing locally, like outside in like a park somewhere, and you might change somebody's life and not even know it, right? So that's what I tell my kids. And they're not my kids, and I feel demeaning
but-
saying that, but you know what I mean.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
What have you not done? My God, and all this since age 8 and beyond.
I have
there's-
not done. I've been writing something. I have not done something that I've written, and I don't mean a song. I've been working on it. Everybody has a TV pilot, right? But I have not done. I've not told my story in the way I want to tell it. And I've been writing something that I think could be very interesting. So I know it sounds so self-serving, but yeah. That's
Do you
something
see it as a presentation, like a play, a performance, a show, or a book?
I see it as this really dark comedy Netflix show. That's what I see, because I think I'm hilarious in the most sad way.
I just say
And
it.
I don't even have to act in it. Like I don't even, but I just think that there's a period of my life that I won't get into too many details that I think I always, as I was even in it, I was like, I need to tell this story someday. And it's not about being a kid. It's nothing like that. It's
Something
a
that-
human story. It's
Yeah,
something
to
that any
inspire
human
other
can relate to.
people. Yeah.
Perhaps. So yeah, I've not done that. I would love to. I do dabble in writing. My whole life I've wanted to write something, but I'm very nervous about showing people my writing. So I have to get over that.
Now, is it, you mean as far as opening up and telling people your life?
No, I just worry that I'm not a good enough writer. It's total insecurity. And I need to get over that and get it out there and get people who might help me be a better writer if I don't think I am. It might also be really good. I have great ideas. Charles, I don't know if you know who Charles Bush is, but he's an amazing writer and performer. And I once told him, this is totally separate. I once told him about growing up. This is kind of deep, but growing up on Broadway during the AIDS crisis and what that was like as a child, as an 8, 9, 10-year-old during the AIDS crisis when people were dying left and right in the Broadway community. And he said, you need to write that story. He goes, even if it's just an essay that gets published somewhere, you need to write that story, because the perspective of that from a child is just not, it's not really around. And I was like, yeah, he's kind of right. So maybe I will write a little something and then call Charles and say, I did what you said. Would you like to look at it? I mean, he told me this back in 2013. So I should probably get writing.
Have you
on that
started? Have you started putting some words on
Not,
paper?
no, not that story, because I think that story it's a little scary. But he's like, no, I want to hear that. I want to hear what it was like from your perspective, because I remember it very vividly. And he's not wrong. It's an interesting perspective.
So that's cool. That's really exciting, huh?
Yeah. But then the other thing I want to write that I've been writing is actually quite funny, and it's silly, and it's but I think it could be really fun. So I'm very
Bernadette's-
inspired by female writers. So who's would have
She'd go to see the story of your life.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, my husband's always telling me that I should tell he's like, you need to write a musical. I said, yeah, you know how many people, I don't write, no, I'm okay with not writing a musical right now. I'll write maybe a little book or a play or a TV show. And if somebody wants to make that into a musical, that's fine. But
How about writing songs, just generally? Songwriting.
I think that sometimes songs will come to me, and I do have them, and I'll sing them into a voice memo. And then you can, so when people say, like, I don't play piano, I can't write a song, I say, that's not true. You can always sing it in. I do play some piano, but I'll sing it because it comes in my head, and I'll sing it. And sometimes it's just the melody. Sometimes words come with it. Sometimes I get good lyric ideas, and I write it down, or I hum it in there, and then I can put it on the piano and write it out later. So yeah, sometimes I do get a song idea, and it's really fun. But mostly I get like dialogue ideas. I love to listen to people around me, because people are so fascinating and characters are so fascinating.
You're an
I
observer
just
of
love-
life. Yeah.
I love to write down snippets of what I'm observing. So yeah.
So do you go into a park or do you go to a public place and just watch people sometimes and then get
Um,
inspired?
I've done that. I waited tables for a very long time.
So you've heard it all. Yeah.
I've heard it all. I did a lot of my odd jobs make for great TV.
Because you're
And
immersed in with people of all backgrounds and
I
everything.
worked in kitchens with undocumented immigrants who, were living in tents, literally after. So it's just very interesting. I'm very, those 2 years when I didn't work and I was doing whatever I can, were really amazing years because I'm so happy that I got to, you know, um, pound the pavement, as what they say. It humbled me, and it also made me realize that everybody's connected in the world, like truly.
What have you learned about what we've been going through this year, about yourself, about people, about, I mean, we've been talking a lot on this show about it being really a reset and not that we want to necessarily go back to exactly the way things were, but maybe that we sort of rise from the ashes more empathetic, more loving, less divisive, listening more to one another,
Less
collaborating
materialistic.
and less materialistic. You know, all it's all about the bling and the buzz, and that means more than actually having a cup of coffee with a friend and not being on your cell phone. And
Right.
we were socially distancing before we were told we had to,
Oh, wow, what a
because
profound statement. You're
I've been
right.
saying that to a lot of people, and they react the same way. They're like, "My God, I didn't think of that way," because we had our heads in our cell phones. We were stuck, people stuck on social media, watching what everybody else is doing, and we were socially distancing. And now that we had to for the health reasons, nobody likes it. So we're getting a little test of the way we were headed anyway as a people. So it's up to us to maybe rise from the ashes, more empathetic, and everybody misses everybody. Everybody wants to hug. They want to kiss on the cheek. They want to be with friends and family and be in theaters and ball games and wherever, restaurants, and they're not able to the degree that they were before, and nobody likes it. So maybe I was saying I think it was some sort of a divine planet Earth and Mother Nature coming together saying, we don't like the way things are heading. We give you this beautiful life. We give you this beautiful planet. And you people are at each other's throats. Everybody's like not friendly anymore. And there's all this anger and violence and all this stuff going on. 2020, we're going to throw some major things at you guys globally. Let's see how you handle it.
Well,
And
I
that's
think
why
that everything's an opportunity.
everything's an
Anything.
opportunity, right? We
and
could really
and
grow
we're
from
going in.
this.
Yes, we can, and it's up to each individual. I know it's interesting you said. For me, I have been going through a thing lately where I'm like, um, um, I kind of enjoyed the solitude. I'm constantly always like,
A lot
"Ah,"
of
and
people
like
have
kind of.
said that. And
So
you're not,
I
yeah,
I have to say, like, I've been embracing my inner introvert. I
yep.
also
A lot of people are saying that.
see my son every day, which I
Hmm.
know that sounds weird, but I wasn't seeing him. I was doing
It's a
gigs
gift,
and it's a gift. And I wasn't seeing him every day,
right?
even when
It
I'm
was
just
there,
admitting this. Like,
but
yes, because we're always doing a million things and we have to go here, we have to go there. He's extraordinary. And I am so lucky to have him. And do I miss performing to an extent? Of course I do, but it's not where I'm supposed to be right now, so it's okay.
right,
And I
yeah.
am performing. I just performed now,
You
right?
just did on the
But
Jim
I
Master
just did.
show.
But what I'm saying is that, like, I was on tour running around, and it was my work and it was exciting and I was paying bills, but it came with a cost, right? And that cost
Sure.
was I didn't get to tuck my child in every night, right?
Yep.
So
Yeah.
so there's gifts that are hidden in here if you really want to find
I
them.
created this
An
show
opportunity.
19 weeks ago, sort of as a result, and for years, because I've hosted so many different TV shows, radio shows, stage, all kinds of stuff in my career, networks and everything, and never really had the time to just sort of build like this home studio situation and do a direct show. I mean, I've always hosted shows under different umbrellas, such and such show with Jim Masters as your host or with Jim. Now this is the Jim Masters show. And it's something that grew out of all of this and I've wanted to do for a long time. And people have always asked me in the industry and people that watch me on TV or follow me on the radio have said, Jim, you should, you should. And now we did. So this has given me an opportunity as well to communicate directly in the way that I want to with my style and my personality. And, I'm directing the ship, I'm guiding it, I'm doing
Right.
it. And bringing fabulous people on like you and conversing and sharing your talents with these wonderful people from around the world. It's a blessing for me too. It's I look as much as a blessing and all the work. It's therapeutic to do it as well, especially as a
Well,
communicator, a born communicator.
you're remarkable though because you're spreading the love, literally, right? And thank you for this because I feel like at first I felt like, oh gosh, there's this hustle to like I have to put myself out there right now, but early on, and what am I, and then I thought, no, so what I did, I said, okay, I'm gonna have these free open mics every Saturday night, closed. They weren't on YouTube or anything, and I'm gonna invite kids to come and just sing. And then that's how the online classes grew, and now why we have Broadway Unlimited. And I do have a lot of adults that now keep coming and going, will you do anything for adults too? And I'm like, okay, I got to figure that out. Sure. Why shouldn't adults come, and take classes and sing too? But the thing is that it came from a place of, I want to just share what I do to try to, I don't know. It was for me as well. I'm not saying I'm like totally selfless because I wanted to keep the arts going, and it's all I know. It's what I know. It's like, let's sing for each other. It's about communication and connection. That's what you do. And so you're doing it, Jim. That's amazing.
Thank
and
you.
Look at all these folks that are all part of the tribe now. Levities, that's right.
This whole levity thing came out of all this. If you weren't doing what you do and what you do so beautifully and brilliantly, what would you be doing? What other career would you have chosen? What other avenue would you have possibly taken? For me, I studied architecture and design, which I enjoy.
Right. This is just because I've been up here, but
In Maine?
yeah,
You'd be a farmer.
I'm getting to know the farmers.
You'd be out on a boat collecting Maine lobster.
Oh, no. I don't want to be on the boat. There's this woman who has a bakery up here, and today she said to me, she's like, do you want to buy this bakery? And I was like, no, why? She's like, well, I'm just saying, like, I'll work here for 5 years and teach you everything I know. And I just for a second like went in the car and I went, what if I just bought a bakery? And they have live music outside sometimes, and I'm like, sometimes I would sing, and like it's like cool. That sort of it'd be kind of cool, just like own this. I've fallen in love with the people up here. Yeah, this is a very interesting place. It's a really purple state. It's a purple state. And I am not in like Ogunquit, Maine. I am in the heartland of Maine. Yeah, these are, and I won't be here forever. So I've been enjoying my time. These are salt of the earth folks who are farmers for the most part. Yeah. It's amazing. I know
beautiful
where my
scenery
tomatoes,
right.
It's incredible. Yeah. The lake and my son.
Stunning, right.
Everybody says, how's your son doing? And I said, well, he catches frogs now and gets his hands in the dirt and living in an urban environment. That wasn't something. So are there things, sure. I think that, he probably misses some of his friends back home, and we all miss that. But kids are pretty resilient. They're kind of amazing.
Had you been to Maine before?
So my husband's family goes to Maine every summer. And I don't know what it was. I was up near Canada and I just said, let's go to Maine for a little bit. And I didn't think it was going to be a little bit, but I said, let's just go right now. I'm up here in Canada. They said we'll be back in April. I kind of knew we wouldn't. And we were here, and then we both started working remotely. And it's very costly to live in the New York City area. So, and we were renting, and I said, what if we just stayed here for a little while longer? And we just kept staying. I miss home. I miss my family back home, and I'll be leaving soon. But this has been an adventure, honestly.
And I think it is absolutely. And Northern Ireland.
Cyndi Lauper, She's So Unusual. That's the first album I ever.
She got that quick. That's cool. I'm trying to think what mine was. Casey and the Sunshine Band, maybe, or ABBA, maybe ABBA.
And I didn't buy it. It was a cassette, and my
Oh,
dad bought
cassettes,
it for
sure.
me. My dad
Yeah.
bought it for me.
Sure.
Cyndi
Cassettes.
Lauper, She's So Unusual. That was the first.
So, were you getting to travel at all? I mean, or were you hunkered down pretty much in the New York area? I mean, of course, when you're on the tours, you're traveling, but do
Oh,
you
I
get to
travel a lot.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I had a gig for years. Even when I was pregnant, my first 6 months, I was flying to Bermuda and doing a solo show and then coming back.
Don't you love Bermuda? I love Bermuda.
Yes, I love Bermuda. Bermuda will let you live there right now and work remotely, but you have to have like all these, they're inviting Americans to come live there right
Really?
now. You have to prove that it's expensive there, though. But you have to prove that you have health insurance that will cover you internationally because they don't want you using theirs, and you have to have a certain amount of money in the bank.
Because it's still a
they just-
British colony still.
Correct.
I believe. Yeah.
Correct.
So it's got
I
that
love Bermuda.
British feel to it. Yeah.
Traveling, it's all I ever did was travel. I was doing gigs with symphonies, and also I have a solo show that I did for Norwegian Cruise Line, and then another one that I've done for Disney Cruise Lines, which I actually did one in January.
Wow.
So yeah, it's
Did you
fun.
like that?
I love it. I love
Sailing
it.
the
I love
seas?
it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I have sea legs. I don't get seasick. I love it. I could live on a ship, but I don't want to be a lobster person. Sorry, I'm not into lobsters. They scare me.
Clams. Yeah, the claws.
I'm not a shellfish girl. I don't know. I like scallops. That's it, and shrimp. But other than that,
That's another title to a song or a play. I'm not a shellfish
I'm not a
girl.
shellfish girl. Right.
That is funny. Is there anywhere that you haven't traveled that you wish the gig took you to?
Australia. And you know what? There's a heartbreaking story with Australia. I was doing a show in New Jersey, and oh gosh, I was doing a show in New Jersey, and we were going to go into tech, and so that means like we're about to. And Wicked called and said, "Can you be in Australia to do Wicked for like?" And I said, "When?" And they're like, "In like 5 days." And everyone was like, "Pull out of that show. Who cares?" And I couldn't. I made a commitment to something else. So I did not get to go to Melbourne and do Alphabet there, which was actually a dream, but sometimes it's not meant to be. So will take me there.
So you still have
Something
it
else
on
will
the
take me there.
list. And so for all of our Australia and New Zealand viewers, good day, and invite her to come. She will perform. She will perform.
Jennifer,
Right.
I do not draw or paint. It is
yeah,
an
you said that, yeah.
embarrassment. It is an embarrassment if I tried to. I do not have visual talent. I can't even decorate. Like I'm not I'm not good at any of the visual arts. If I make auditory and writing, and acting.
Merlin loves the cruise.
I love to cruise too. But I do worry about what cruises do to the environment. So I'm kind of happy that they're
pausing right now.
Well, I
Yeah.
do know that Disney's very good about
Yeah.
environmental stuff, but we have to be conscious of what we're doing. I'm sorry, I don't want to get preachy, but
Now they want to know if you sew. And have you had
I
to?
am the worst. You guys, I can't even sew a button. Somebody needs to help me.
I was gonna
I
say,
wanna-
I can imagine, like, if you're, on set or something and something tears or something rips, they have people there that'll come and quickly
That's the
sew a
problem.
button
I think
on.
I was a child. They just run over, and I was sort of in that way. You sort of get like, you're right. Yes.
They come and do it. Yeah, they come and do it for you.
But I would, if I needed to sew a button, I would look on YouTube and figure it out. But I do bake and cook. I love doing that.
What's your specialties?
Anything. I just like to try anything. I can make anything.
Italian
That's what I say.
foods or just about
Italian, Asian. I've made Indian. You gotta up here though. I can't get the right spices. I love cooking anything. I love to bake too. It's really fun.
You have a real comedic side to you.
I'm
There's a
extremely funny.
Yeah.
I would have done the Fran Drescher song, but I don't know if you know that you could find it on
It's on the YouTube.
But I got to play. I did a show called Stars of David, which was about Jewish celebrities. Get it? Stars of
Yeah,
David.
sure. Yeah.
And I played Fran Drescher, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. It was really cool. So I've done a lot of impersonating. Wayne, I worked at Wayne Brady, and then he had me come out to LA and work on some improv stuff with him for a pilot he was pitching. But so I was like, really, me? Thank you. So
Like if somebody was, casting a sitcom or something and say you would be fantastic in one of the roles in the sitcom, would you consider something like that?
I'm dying to be on TV. That's what I want to do again. I want to go back to my roots, which is where I started. And it's sort of like I've been embracing this whole pandemic and lockdown too. As a I don't know if men go through this too, but as a woman, I've embraced sort of what I am naturally. I haven't had my hair colored, cut, or straightened in a year, and I'm like I don't look glamorous, but I don't care. This is me, and there's something glam about just being you, and so I'm like kind of trying to embrace that, and I hope women and people start doing that too now. We all can like.
Well, you're liking it, aren't you? I'm sure everybody's saying I like that look. It's cool.
It's sort of wild and
it's doing
nuts,
what's
but
natural.
It's a little Marx Brothers, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if I take this hat off, boom.
Would you do it? No, you don't want to.
I never had it like this long.
Is it like? Now tell me, is it like Professor Snape long, like from Harry Potter? Alan Rickman?
It's it's full and it's long and it's like, because usually it's shorter like that guy there in the logo, but I get very bored, and a lot of times because of the role I'm in or the production or whatever the shoot is, my hair changes with the wind. Sometimes it's short, sometimes it's long, sometimes it's parted this way, parted that way, back, forward, slide, color changes as well, lighter, darker, depending on whatever goes on. So it's a lot of fun. And Renee in Iowa says your hair is cute.
Oh, thank you.
Love your hair.
I'm in wigs most of the time, so I don't really worry too much about my hair. But when you're doing film and TV, you sort of. But I look like a different person with straight hair, truly. So it's always like when I have an audition, it's like, do I go with straight hair or curly hair?
That's a perky, fun haircut you have now. It's like hey,
well, it's not even a haircut. This is literally I
style.
wash and go. There's no. This is my natural God-given hair, and it's sometimes I think I need lawn doctor for it, but it is what it is.
See, they're voting. They like this hair. You may have to get some headshots with this hair too.
I have some, but they're not. I do. I have some, but I do want some of my blonde back because I like the curl with the blonde. But
can you relate to Renee in Iowa? I haven't curled my hair in a week. It was so rainy and humid last week. It would have just gone flat anyway.
I cannot relate because when it's rainy and humid, my hair just keeps
Yours goes
getting
the
bigger
other way.
and bigger. Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. Chris in Northern Ireland says, I'd love to see Donna perform the song Smelly Cat as sung by Phoebe and Friends. I don't remember that one.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't remember that one. Merlin loves mashed potatoes, which I love. My Irish side of me loves.
You like mashed potatoes?
Oh, I love mashed potatoes. Oh, yeah.
My son and I are not. I mean, I like him. I could take him or leave him. I know it's terrible. I could take him or leave him. I like a baked potato. I love a baked potato.
Well, my sister growing up, if my mother was making mashed potatoes, my sister isn't as huge about the mashed potatoes as we were. So my mother would always make her rice instead. Like she likes rice and things like that. Rice. Yeah, she'd rather have the rice.
I love cooking like arroz con pollo. Like I love like chicken and rice and it's good stuff. I don't do steak. I don't cook steak. Well, I do Chateaubriand, but I'm not good at like grilling a steak and making mashed potatoes. I'm really bad at the meat and potato stuff. So you would probably not like dinner in my house.
I like the mashed potatoes like on the Thanksgiving Day dinner. The mashed potatoes, the gravy, the turkey, the stuffing, the whole comfort food type stuff.
Back at food. Yummy.
It always comes back to food. It always comes back.
Food is great. Are you 100% Irish?
I'm Masters is an English name. So Masters, my father's side is English. They hailed from Yorkshire, England, and then they came over and settled in New York, and they own jewelry stores in Manhattan. The Irish side is my father's mother's side. They came over from Ireland, and they settled in New York. So dad's side, English, Irish. Mother's side, English, Swedish. Her grandmother lived in a castle in Gothenburg, Sweden. Ooh. She was part of the Swedish royal family, a princess, came over from Sweden, landed in Boston, and then got married, and then moved from Massachusetts, I think, to Connecticut. And then there's also French on that side too. So English, Swedish, French.
I have French.
Mom's side, English, Irish, dad's side.
Right. Dad is 100% Italian, and then mom is half Italian, and the other half is like French and Dutch, I believe. Mostly French. So I got the
So
French.
what is there? Do you feel in
I
tune with?
love Europe, and I miss Paris. I love the French, and I need to explore Italy.
Yeah,
I haven't gotten to do that.
absolutely. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, you'd like to go on a whole thing. I know your favorite color. Digging deep
Purple.
tonight. We're digging deep.
My favorite
Purple.
my favorite color is purple.
Very nice. And you're wearing it. Yeah, very nice.
I guess I am. Yeah, it's a bluish purple.
Mine is green. I've always liked
Oh yeah,
green.
my son, green. He's obsessed with
Green.
it. Loves it.
Positive, positive. So,
Great color.
if
That's
somebody
the color of Broadway Unlimited is green.
is the
So,
green, absolutely, absolutely.
it symbolizes growth to me and the
Yeah,
earth.
positivity
Yeah.
and yeah,
And alphabet was green, so
that's right. Exactly, exactly. If somebody was considering entering, I mean, you've really had a wonderful career and still do, and I love the fact that you are paying it forward by mentoring, young minds, which is a beautiful thing to be doing. Some people they do their career and then they retire and then psh, done next. You don't hear from them again. You're already, mentoring young minds in a very, very, you and I we're all in difficult, demanding, unpredictable fields that require a lot of our time, a lot of our stamina, a lot of our talent, a lot of our energy, a lot of our
right.
resources. Somebody that is considering these types of careers and they want to become, a Donna, what would you say to somebody that is considering this kind of career? Be an accountant instead?
No, well, okay. I used to always say like if there is anything else, you could be like, well, I think I want to be an actor, but I also kind of think I really want to do something else. Then maybe do the other thing, or don't. I don't know. I would say if somebody wants to be a Donna, that's lovely. If you feel inspired by me, but make sure you're being a you. That's like a thing I always
That's
say,
very
right?
important. Yeah.
Make sure you're being a you. And I think it's really important to you're gonna hear a lot, and no, you have to keep reminding yourself, no just means not right now. Not right now. That's a big thing, I think. Also, enjoy meeting people and the process and the journey. I know that's so like cliche, but it's true because you just you never know where anything will lead and what hidden gems within yourself you might discover. Like you might say, I want to be on Broadway, and then somehow you wind up, getting this. You're a reader at an audition, and then you're watching the casting process, and you're like, I love casting, and you wind up being like a casting director, or you wind up doing a movie, and then you have to dub a line, and they're like, you have a great voice, and before you know it, you have your own radio show. I mean, you just never know. So be open, and also, if you are a young person wanting to go into this, learn coding or some kind of online skill, because let me tell you something. For survival jobs, I was waiting tables, and I had to be out late at night doing bartending, waiting tables, and then I would come home and have auditions early in the morning. If you can figure out now ways to work right at home on the internet that you can make your own hours, you have a leg up, right? So that's a piece of practical advice there, but I think it's important to think about.
And if you are working at home, you can put your leg up.
Yeah.
No, nobody will see it, right?
That's
Like right now, right now you could be in a position where your legs are up on a desk. Nobody sees that.
But yeah.
As I
Right,
said,
right.
I might have pajama bottoms on. Nobody sees it.
Right. That old
I mean,
joke, or someone's like, I put pants on for this or something like that. Like there's a book that, yeah.
Right. Like a sportscaster has shorts and sneakers on under the desk. I mean, a few people have asked me to pan the camera down, but no, that
No, thank
different
you.
different show.
Different show. That's not for the lovelies. No, it's not that kind of, no.
That's so. How long are you in Maine? When do you? I mean, because I know that New York is going through a little bit of a rough period right now, and I don't. New York is going to come back. I don't, they're
New
writing
York's not going anywhere. I don't
right.
know.
They're writing it off, but I don't, New York, you can't.
New York, well,
replace
let me tell you something. No, New York is the thing that keeps New York, New York, are the diehard New Yorkers. And guess who's still there? The diehard New Yorkers. And that's what
Right.
keeps New York, New York. They're the heartbeat of it. Yes, there's something called bandwidth now that does change the game a little bit for New York.
Yeah.
But guess what? New York has gone through so many things, and it will continue to survive. I feel that the arts are what's going to bring New York back.
It's the capital, yeah.
It's not the financial world. Yes, New York is the financial capital, and all these articles are saying, but everyone's working remotely now financially. They don't have to go back to New York. I said, no, they don't. But the artists will come back. And maybe we'll be able to afford to be there.
Get a good rent now, right? A really good rent.
Exactly.
2-for-1 meals and everything else.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. Before we wrap, when you look at the body of work and all the amazing things that you have done in your career at such a young age, what are some of the things that continue to inspire you and continue to give you that zest for life that you obviously have through thick and thin? Not every day is perfect, as we all know. Not every day is always,
No.
you get the gig and you're always feeling 100% and everything is perfect and scripted elegantly and everything. There's days when, things can be rough, but it's the resilience and the stamina and the can-do attitude and the love of it all and paying it forward and inspiring others that pushes us forward. Is that what helps you continue
Well,
to
my
create beautiful
students
art?
keep me going because they always remind me about doing it for the love of it. Because that's why they're doing it, right? And they keep me in touch
Exactly.
with my inner child, which I think is so important.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a big part of it, the love of that. And also I get inspired by other artists, other performers. Watching certain shows on there's great content on HBO and Netflix, and seeing great performances and seeing great actors and actresses and women especially who are writing their own stuff and being inspired by that as well, and the innovation I'm seeing. You can find inspiration anywhere, right? But
Absolutely.
I'm inspired by the farmers here too. But yeah, no, I definitely the first thing that came to mind were the students that I work with. They inspire me every day.
See, and then when you look back at all this incredible body of work, all the way back to this young girl here in Les Miserables, and even what you did before, the commercials and other television work, it's amazing, right? Do you ever pinch yourself to say, wow, this is really...
I have been very lucky and very fortunate. That's the only thing I can say. I really am blessed, and
you
it
probably
hasn't
teach
always
that
been
too,
easy.
right? You teach the others.
Gratitude is
Count
important.
your blessings, right?
Yeah, gratitude. I mean, it's sometimes, count your blessings is another way to say that. Yeah, gratitude, for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, this was amazing having you with us
you.
for this amount of time. Just a little 2-hour chat.
I know. And if you guys are on Instagram, you can follow me at Donna VIVINO, of course, or Twitter at Donna VIVINO.
Well, let's stay in touch. I hope we, break
Yeah.
bread, get together maybe when you're in New York, or
Yes,
whatever, and
I
things
would
open
love
up
that.
and everything.
And New
I'd love to
York
get
is strong.
together.
If you go on Instagram, I have a video. I don't know if you got it, Jim, but it's a video of me singing New York, New York when I was a little kid.
Oh, no, I'd love to see that.
On David Letterman. I sent it.
Oh, I'd
It
love
should
to
have
see
gone
that.
to you. It's actually pretty. I thought you had it. It's a video of me singing New York, New York on David Letterman when I was 8 years old, and I've actually pinned it to the top of my Twitter profile.
Nice.
So you can. It's also on my YouTube channel. I have been posting it to remind everybody, and I was Little Miss Liberty in 1986. And I'm dressed up like a Statue of Liberty, and it's just to remind everybody, come through New York. We got this. We got this, guys. We got
That
this.
is cool. That's cool.
And thank you, Renee. Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah,
Everybody
lots
say
of. Yeah. So that's on YouTube, so they can check it
yeah,
out.
you should really check it out. It's I was
cool.
hoping, you guys, I'm very passionate about that video right now because it's about New York. So I was 7 years old, and I was crowned Little Miss Liberty.
Mm.
It was a contest in Bryant Park, and I had to do an interview, and I sang New York, New York, and then I got to go on Letterman and sing the song.
So we'll definitely check it out on YouTube.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah.
knowing the way YouTube and Facebook work, if we play it here, they probably would say copyright.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah,
the Letterman show probably.
Oh, okay, maybe that's why. Yeah.
Worldwide Pants, I think, is the name of his company. It gets tricky. The copyright stuff so tricky.
I
these
understand.
days.
I understand, but you can go check it out on my channel.
Oh, I like the way you said it.
Yeah.
You check it out on my channel.
My channel.
That's right. And we're all connected. You and I are connected on each other's channels too, which
I
is
know.
cool.
I followed you. I subscribed. I love it.
Fabulous.
Thank you.
It's all lovely. Sherry says, thank you again, Donna, for visiting us in
Thank
Lovely
you.
Hall. Kathy says, thank you so much, Donna. This was a great evening. Thank you, Donna, for gifting us with your stories and songs. Again, lots of levity from our viewers here on this show. Thanks for coming on the show tonight, Donna. Jennifer says, Donna, thank you so much for spending time with us. Love you. That's
Thanks,
really
guys.
nice. Merlin in Canada says, very lovely conversation with Donna. Thank you. Jim, Christine, New Yorkers are resilient, always have been. Yes, the arts are already saving us now, the last months, and it will bring New York back. Yeah, I mean, all of this, this work that we're all doing like this now is very important. And music and movies and nostalgia. I mean, people are also gardening and baking and doing all
Yes.
these things that they didn't have time to do before.
And sewing and getting in touch with, I don't sew, but other people are. And, and getting in touch and getting
If this continues longer, you may end up learning to sew.
exactly. Getting to know their family in a different way. You know?
Yes, right. How many closets have you cleaned?
Right. Well, I mean, we left New Jersey for a little while, so it was like
Yeah.
downsizing. I'm a minimalist, so I live out of suitcases all the time. Really easy for me.
Yeah,
So
that's good. That's really good.
yeah,
Thank you.
I don't like to be bogged down by stuff. It's not a thing.
Stuff.
I like stuff. George
No.
Carlin, stuff. You ever see
Yeah,
that?
yeah, that whole thing about how stuff, where we got to have a storage bin, we pay for stuff, and it's all nonsense.
Well,
And
don't store my stuff.
you probably keep certain mementos from the shows, right?
I have some yes and no. I wish I should be better with that, but I'm very
Like, are you ever
red
able to
about
keep
it.
costumes or anything?
Not
Or no,
really.
you don't get
I
to.
mean, I did keep some of my costumes from Next to Normal, but those are like regular everyday wear. You know, you can keep your undergarments. Maybe that's TMI, but they're not allowed to reuse those.
Oh, see,
So
that makes sense,
I do,
right?
I do have all my show bras. That is true.
You heard it here exclusively on the Jim Master Show. Breaking news.
Yeah.
And Bernadette says, we hope to see you on stage again soon.
Thank you, Bernadette.
And thank you so much for spending time with us. Magical. Thank you for sharing with us, Donna. Kathleen in New York. So nice. We hope you stay safe and stay well. Deck says it's either HDEC or HDEC. My fave color is purple too. Very, very nice. You got the green and purple here. And thank you for your time and sharing your music and stories. Enjoyed getting to learn more about your career. You truly are blessed and very talented with a big heart. So definitely fit in with the Lovities.
Thanks, guys.
Lovities. And yeah, I guess there's a lot of things on YouTube about how to do that. But were you always a minimalist or did you become one?
Oh, someone's gonna come say goodnight.
Whoa, perfect
Can I say
timing.
goodnight to everybody? I'm gonna be done in a few minutes. Come say goodnight. He's in his jammies. Come say
Oh,
goodnight
cool.
to everybody.
I think there's a lot of people in their jammies.
What? What? Oh, okay. He wants to do a concert for me.
Oh,
A little
fantastic.
jammy thing before this.
Oh, cool.
Oh, you're doing a happy anniversary concert for Aunt Suzanne and Uncle Jason. Oh, okay. He's gonna call them and do. I'll be in a few minutes because we are wrapping up. Right?
So there's an anniversary in the
My-
family,
my-
and he's going to do a
yeah.
concert.
I'll be done in a few minutes. Okay. He wants me to come watch the show. See, this is you're right. Because what time is he wants to know what time the concert's going to start. So
I'd say
Nine-
about
9:15. Because I
And-
have to get seated. No, this is a thing.
Now, are you going to perform too, or you get to be
No,
a guest?
no.
Wow.
He doesn't want me.
The tables are turned.
This is him, and he's a really good little drummer. I used to post videos of him, and then I got like weirded out.
What is in his repertoire this evening, or is that to be determined?
he makes up his own songs. He does. He really is a very good drummer. I don't know where he gets it. I mean, he's musical, but I don't know. He didn't take any lessons or anything.
It's just he does it.
He will soon. I'm going to get him some for sure. But he loves Hamilton, so he's been doing a lot of that.
Cool.
Just anything. There was a little video game on, and he goes, "Oh, there's a good beat in this." So
and then he picks it up. So
anywhere.
Yeah, that's cool. That's the start of something, right?
Yeah,
the start of
for
something.
Sure. For sure.
Well, you were a delight. You were amazing. And it was really awesome having you here.
I appreciate
I
it.
loved having you. A lot of fun tonight. And
I had fun too.
you knocked it out of the park, and you put a lot of smiles on people's faces and a lot of emotion and everything tonight. And, it's a really special time. You're welcome back anytime, my friend. And I hope we do get together, when everything is past. And I hope you enjoyed your time with me as much as I have with you.
I really did. And I just want to say thank you so much for having me. And thank you all for being here. And the minimalism thing, there was that whole Marie Kondo thing, but I was kind of always in that. I was by necessity. I just always was living in a suitcase. So you start to learn, like, when you're on tour and stuff, like, I don't need a lot of stuff. So.
That's what it is. Exactly. You learn to not have as much because you're always traveling, and then you don't have to come out and clean it and dust it and fold it.
Yeah. But I definitely have accumulated more stuff since I've had a child. That's just inevitable.
And we always toast our guests. It's a very fancy show here, so we toast you with the wicked.
Thank you.
Ching,
I have
chin.
my tea.
Congratulations on all the blessings in your life, Donna. We wish you the very, very best. And again, I hope the show met all the expectations for you.
This was awesome, and I hope I'm going to tell people to start tuning in. I cannot believe you do this every night. I think that's incredible. You really are sharing the love. I love it.
Thank you very much. Spread the word. Spread the word. We love that. And everybody's saying thank you, Donna, and good night.
Good night. I'm going to go watch the anniversary concert and then talk to you.
That's exciting. Cheers.
Cheers.
You take care, Donna. Have a wonderful night, and thanks for all the time with us.
Thank you, Jim.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Isn't that terrific? She's got a concert to go to with her son. He's going to be drumming for the aunt and uncle who have an anniversary. Was that not terrific? What a great night. This was I love tonight. This was there's something about tonight. She's amazing. Isn't she great? She plays off back and forth. I don't know, maybe her being from New Jersey. I'm originally from New York. There's a certain something there where you can just we can finish. This is the first time we actually met. And, I always knew her work. She knew my work. But to have this conversation, especially for like 2 hours like this, but it was as if we had known each other for years, wasn't it? It just had that sort of vibe and the way it flowed and the rhythm, a certain rhythm, finishing each other's sentences. And it was just really, really cool. Just saying this as a host and doing this for a living, that this was cool. I really enjoyed this. She was a lot of fun. And she was able to bounce around too, from, the emotional songs to comedic and dramatic and just solid, deep conversation and light conversation. Cool stuff. Fully enjoyed this. Drummers are awesome. Absolutely. And her son's drumming away for the big concert that he said she has to enjoy. She's so sweet and humble as well as talented. And those of you that live in the New York area, her uncle did a show for years, and you can see clips of it on YouTube, called The Uncle Floyd Show. It was sort of like a show of skits and comedy, and it was very popular. I think it was probably in the 70s, 80s, late 70s, 80s maybe. And it was on TV. It came out of New Jersey, but it aired on television in New York City and New Jersey. Floyd Vivino, same name, Floyd Vivino, but he went by, his character was Uncle Floyd. Very popular show in the New York City area. And you might, Kathleen Walker, who lives in New York City, may remember that show. You can probably see clips on YouTube. That is her uncle. But she mentioned she comes from a family of folks who have been in the performance industry. You have a real knack for the comfortable interview. It's more like a chat. Thanks, Kathy. That is what we like to do. I don't even really, in my professional work, I do a lot of interviewing. But even then, I interviewed somebody today on Close Up Radio. I had 3 back-to-back shows in one of the things I do professionally, and each of the guests had said one of the guests enjoyed it so much she booked another show for next week, which was really really cool. But one of the guys that I interviewed, he was amazing, and he said that he felt that it was just really really something comfortable. He had an incredible job. He's one of the people that created the UPS store. Remember, there used to be mailboxes, etc. He was one of the folks that actually created the deal that took over the mailbox, etc. stores and created what you see now as the UPS store, like a $9 billion deal. And now he's a motivational speaker and an author. And he was one of the interviews I did, in my professional hat. And that was a lot of fun. He even said, this wasn't even like an interview, Jim. This was like a conversation, just the rhythm back and forth. That's what I like to do. Because interviews are question, answer, done. And I'm a conversationalist, so I like to have conversations. And with all of you fabulous people too. I like to bring all of you in because I love having you here. I had to separate, but to watch again from what I heard, Donna was really awesome. Yes. And if you miss anything, of course, you know where to go. This entire broadcast is saved for you and your viewing pleasure on our YouTube channel, which is Jim Masters TV. As we continue to grow this show together, we have some great guests coming up throughout the week. My own performer kid needs me now, so good night, Jim, and all lovelies. Until next time, it was a pleasure having you here as well. You know what's funny? Everybody loves these characters too. Gilligan, she loved George. At first I was like, gee, should I keep doing the characters? Should I keep bringing the characters out all the time? But it seems like from what you guys have said, you love the characters, the George, the Genie, the Silver, the Jimmy, the Gilligan. We might be adding Betty Boop. I had heard we might be getting a Betty Boop coming our way. That'd be kind of cool. And thank you for that. And thank you for that. And absolutely, Christopher. Now, before you go, folks, we are going to do the Viewer of the Week. We do have Viewer of the Week. So I hope everybody is still around because the Viewer of the Week is going to be announced. Remember, we said we were going to announce it today. Thank you very much, Kathy. I'm glad you love the show. Cassandra, wonderful having you here on the YouTube channel. I hope you'll come back. Tomorrow, we have an amazing award-winning performer who has also been on Broadway and so much more. I will tell you who that is in just a second. We have a phenomenal week of guests continuing. Tomorrow, David Kinnear is here. Daniel, that is. Daniel Kinnear is here. And I was just talking to my friend David 3 hours ago, so I got David on my mind. Daniel is here tomorrow, and he is a brilliant guitarist as well as songwriter and singer. He's been in so many productions, a recording artist. He's a lot of fun. He is here tomorrow night. That is Wednesday live at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. And then on Thursday, yes, Thursday, Lacey Carpenter, multi-instrumentalist, a brilliant fiddler, and so much more. She's won a multitude of awards. She's all excited. She found me. She saw something, I think, on Instagram that I posted. She approached me. She said, "Hi, Jim, I'm Lacey Carpenter. This is what I do. Here's my background. Would you like to have me come on the show?" And I said, "Absolutely, Lacey. We'd love to have you on the show." So she's excited. She's coming on. She's brilliant. She's award-winning. And she's just effervescent and lively and very excited. So she's here Thursday night. Friday night, Arnie Burton is going to be here. He's a brilliant actor. We're excited to have him on as well. September 24th, the Voices of Classic Soul are going to be here on my birthday, which is September 24th. They are the members of the Temptations, the Four Tops, the Drifters, and the Platters. This is so cool. They watched the show. Their reps watched the show. They contacted and they said, "Hey, Jim, we love your show. We love your vibe and what we do fits into what we do. And we like the professionalism and the comfortability of the show. We want to come on your show." And I'm like, wow, absolutely, guys. When would you like to come on? And we threw some dates out, and then I said, how about September 24th, just randomly? And they said, sure. And I said, that's the birthday. And they said, if that's the birthday, then we've got to come on the birthday. So they're going to be here on September 24th, which is not that far away. And again, these are legends from Motown and Soul. We're talking about from the Temptations, Platters, Drifters, and also the Four Tops. Really, really excited about that. Again, we thank our very special guest today, the wonderful Donna VIVINO, and so many different performances. Very versatile, right? And boy, did she knock it out of the park when she sang for us live, and then also those video performances as well. Fabulous album there too. There you can see the actual title, Beautiful Dreamer. She got emotional when she was talking about that, which I think is a beautiful thing. You know, if anybody gets emotional on this show or anywhere else, you don't ever have to apologize. I've done professional television news interviews where the person got emotional, you know, a life coach or whatever they might be, and they, you know, sort of like, and this is cool. This is one of the Zooms with the kids. There she is when she was 8 years old in Les Miserables on Broadway. Could you imagine that at 8 years old? Emotion, you don't have to hide it. I've interviewed some of the most tough as nails people on the planet you can think of in my professional work, and they end up opening up about their lives in ways they never thought that they were going to, which is a beautiful thing. Donna was amazing, again, versatile, really cool to have her on the show. And again, we thank her for being with us here on the Jim Masters Show live. So, before we go, before we wrap up for the evening, we do want to select our Viewer of the Week. Yes, Christopher Joseph was our Viewer of the Week. Thank you, Marcia, watching in Massachusetts. Yes, it's going to be a great birthday present. Jennifer, you as well. You're my pleasure for all the guests. Priscilla, thank you, Priscilla. Watching Priscilla Sarah. She's watching on YouTube. Welcome, Priscilla. It's nice to have you here on the show. Love it. Kathleen Walker. I have always wanted to see Wicked. Hope someday, if it comes back. Yes, let's do that. When it does, we'll get tickets and we'll go, my friend. You could use a break. I know that, Kathleen. So we will do that. All right, gang. I wish I had one of those big, you know, I've done a lot of telethons and raffles, you know, that I've hosted over the years for various organizations. And I do a lot of charity work. And you have all the names in and you spin the thing. And I'm sure Renee has done a lot in Iowa at her church, a lot of those raffles and bake sales and stuff. And we're sort of spinning the wheel here of names. Christopher Joseph is going to be handing over the baton to one of our special lovities here. Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. Who could it be? Somebody that watches all the time. Thank you very much. That's right. I know you were a Viewer of the Week on September 7th, and it was fantastic. We loved having you as... Are you afraid you're going to be announced again? That's right. I've been. Christopher gave it to you. That's right. I know there's so many Viewers of the Week. Renee's been Viewer of the Week. Kathleen's been Viewer of the Week. Marianne Kelly, I think. There's a long list. You've been Viewer of the Week and an illustrious Viewer of the Week. Christopher Joseph gave it to you. Right? So you have had, let's see, a week and a day. Isn't that cool? I hope you've enjoyed it. I know I heard that you've been going around, Crystal, to the supermarkets with a sign that says, I'm a lovity on the Jim Masters Show and I'm the Viewer of the Week. Which one? There's a couple of them. There's one from Defying Gravity. If you go back, Jennifer, watch this show on YouTube. Go to the YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. You can watch the show and you can see the exact song. So that way there you don't, so we know which song you're talking about and that way it's the correct song. So if you can watch this again on YouTube at Jim Masters TV, you will be able to hear the song again that means so much to you. Made you think of your daddy. So Christopher Joseph, yes, was viewer of the week Crystal Nolan from Connecticut, who's been also a brilliant viewer of the week. And our next viewer of the week is Christine Clifton. Yes, from North Carolina. Christine Clifton. Congratulations. We're going to raise a glass to Christine Romine Clifton. Congratulations, Christine. You're our viewer of the week. And that means Crystal takes the crown and gives it to you. And you are going to be our viewer of the week. Really, really cool. So you get to go around North Carolina and online or wherever else you want to be. And you can tell everybody you are our official for the next week. You are our viewer of the week. Christine, you've been very, very involved with the show in terms of just spreading the word and tagging and sharing and posting and doing all these beautiful things. So Crystal has been a brilliant viewer of the week, and Christopher before that, and Renee and everybody else, Kathleen and all. So Christine Clifton, you are the viewer of the week right now live. Come get your crown from Crystal. She's hanging on to it. Cheers, Christopher. You were a great viewer of the week as well, Christopher, and you've been here for a long time. And even before the show started, you were here on my Facebook page. Kathleen says, congratulations, Christine Clifton. Crystal says, congratulations. Renee says, congratulations as well. That's something special we do here at the Jim Masters Show Live. We do viewer of the week. We pick one viewer and we celebrate that viewer. Hopefully we'll get to, if we continue with the show going through forever, we'll get to every viewer there is as we continue to grow. Cool stuff. And Sherry says, congratulations, Christine, as well. So, Christine, you are our viewer of the week there in North Carolina. I will have a sip for me and a sip for you. It's only strawberry lemonade, which the ice melted, so it's watered down now. Kathy Short in Cleveland says, cheers to Christine. Congratulations, Christine. And Linda, good evening, Mr. Lovety. You as well. There you are. I was sort of stretching it a little bit until, you were able to get not to the phone. I always said run to the phone, but similar to running to the phone. Thanks so much, Jim. I absolutely love this show so very much, and will always support your show and you. Thank you very much. Well, all your friends here, Gilligan and George and Jeannie and all the rest, they say congratulations to you, Christine. You are our viewer of the week on the Jim Masters Show Live. Congratulations. The whole week you can go in your local supermarket and tell everybody, you know who I am? I'm Christine Clifton. Okay, No, I'm the Christine Clifton. No. I'm the Christine Clifton that is the viewer of the week on the Jim Masters Show Live. Wait. Everybody. Wouldn't that be cool if that actually happened in a supermarket or anywhere? Well, it's happening here. So you got it, Christine. Viewer of the week for the entire week. Wow. Cool stuff. You've earned it. That's for sure. We love having you a part of the show. Linda says congratulations. You've got all this congratulations here as well. And Christopher says his van was stolen Saturday night and I was able to focus on normal things. You did get your van back. Well, I'm glad you got your van back. Hopefully whatever was in the van was intact as well. Absolutely. She's our viewer of the week. Cheers, H2O. What a great show. Filled with music, filled with great conversation. And again, talking about Wicked and Cats and Les Miserables and all these productions that Donna was in. And just, if you missed the show, just go back on YouTube and watch it. It was really, really a lot of fun. Christine loves the cast of characters too and your crew, although we haven't seen them. Thanks. Very excited. My pleasure. Looking handsome as always. Love your hat. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's funny, Donna and I were talking about our hair. Her hair is normally straight, and she said it was all curly. She's up in Maine with the family, and she's heading back to the New York area soon. And she hasn't had it really cut through any of this. And same thing with me. Mine's just really long and hasn't been cut either. And we've just been letting it grow for now. And it's kind of cool. It's fun. Difficult to manage because it's thick. But yeah, you'll enjoy this. It was a fun show tonight. You'll go back and watch it. Way to go, Christine from Allison Tillman. Thank you, Allison. Jennifer sending love to Christine. Congratulations, Christine, from all the Lovities and your friends here on the Jim Masters Show live. So once again, Christine Clifton is our next viewer of the week. We've been doing viewer of the week, I think, since what? The third or fourth week of this show, maybe the second week we created viewer of the week. Some of you have been with us since day one. Christopher Joseph has. And I think Kathleen Walker too. A lot of you have been with us since day one. Continue to tell all your friends about our show. Other people you know on Facebook, other people you know on YouTube, your relatives, your colleagues, your neighbors. Tell them about the show so they can join us and enjoy as well. We're always trying to put on something entertaining for you, something enlightening, and cool stuff, nothing too heavy, just cool, inspiring stuff here on the Jim Masters Show. So we're going to wrap up, and we congratulate once again Christine Clifton. And again, we mentioned all the amazing guests that are coming up this week. Looking forward to chatting with all of them. Don't forget, gang, to smile. I know we're going through some rough times here and there. Don't forget the levity. It's all about levity, right? Levity. All about levity. So there you go. And we say always go find your place. Jen always asks mountains or ocean for our guests. So far the ocean's winning, but we love the mountains too. My place is the ocean, but if you have me in the mountains, I love it too. I love wherever I am and whoever I'm with. The ocean is the go-to. All right, gang, we're going to wrap up. A couple more comments coming in. Everyone have a good night. You too as well, Renee. You just shared the show on your Facebook fan page. Thank you very much, Christopher. I appreciate that. Linda says, congratulations, Christine, viewer of the week. Kathy Schwartz says, thanks, Jim, for another great evening. My pleasure. We'll see you tomorrow. And May 17th, the very first. Yeah, you were with us that long. That's right. That is right. You're a trooper, my friend Kathleen. Thank you. Hope you do as well. Good night, Mr. Levity and all my Levity friends. Good night, all. I should have Tim Allen on the show. That would be cool, huh? Home Improvement. Woo! What do they do on that show? That sound and the intro and the music. Jen is Zen. Jennifer, Barry, you still there? You've been waiting for, you missed the show open, the theme to our show, the music. So I said, of course, we're going to play close music for you. So Jennifer Barry, if you're still there, get ready to be Zen again, because the music's going to start in a second. The Jim Masters Singers and Orchestra that sing our theme. The open and our close to our show. The JSO, Jim Masters Singers and Orchestra. Good night to you, Kathleen, as well. Oh, there she is. Ocean is cool. Ocean is Zen. And we're gonna play our theme music in just a second. And Sherry says, good night to all the Lovities. Thank you for another wonderful show, Jim. My absolute pleasure. My pleasure. Crystal, good night, Jim and everyone. You as well. She's got a heart and she's got a smiley face with a halo over it. That's really, really cool. And good night to all of you. Thank you very much. Wonderful evening. Good times. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. All right, gang, we're going to wrap up, and we thank you. Thank all of you for joining us here. Great guests tomorrow as well. Thank everybody for their love, support, continued. Yes, the Jim Masters Levity Singers are getting ready to sing or hum. They pretty much hum our theme music at the beginning and the end of our show. And so we thank you very much for being a part of our show, and continue to spread the word. We would love that if you spread the word, tell everybody about our show. And if you have ideas for guests, let us know. Some of you have done that. Some of you have told me about certain people that do certain things, and they don't all have to be musicians, they don't all have to be TV people, and they don't all have to be film or actors or anything. It could be somebody that does something inspirational, somebody in health and wellness, a chef, I mean, this show is an entertainment lifestyle talk show series that is a variety show. So it's everything. It isn't just one category of guest or of content or topic. We can talk about everything. We can talk. I mean, I know food. You guys, as soon as we say food, that's a hit. And hey, I'm right there with you. I love it too. Those mashed potatoes, I love them. But you may know somebody that does something cool that you think would be a great guest. I mean, we have lots of guests already booked, but still, there might be some people that that you think are doing something special that you think we could highlight on the show. So we could always take a look and see, and good stuff. That's what this show is about: entertainment of all kinds. Jimmy Buffett, well, you're shooting big. That would be great too, Jimmy Buffett. If you bump into him, tell him come on the Jim Masters show. Well, from one Jimmy to the next, right? All right, yes, the Jim Masters Levity Singers are going to get ready to perform our theme as well. And of course, we thank our dear friends at LMG, Lampkin Music Group, who we love. Their wonderful energy and passion for our show as well, and everything they do. We appreciate it all 100%. Thank you so very, very much to LMG and Lampkin Music Group so much. And I'm here, but I want me intro dance. Well, this will be the close. So it'll be the close dance, so get ready. I have 2 great ideas of people I know. I will email you this week. Thanks again, viewer of the week, and a terrific show. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're, could be people that do anything, inspiring, chefs. We're actually going to be talking, well, I can't say yet, but there's somebody in sports that's going to be coming on. Really cool. People are watching the show. They're watching it on YouTube. They're watching live, but they're also watching it later in YouTube. And I'm just looking at these views going in YouTube, which is awesome because everything's archived there. So that's why we like to push the YouTube channel. And people are watching it that do different things in different industries. They're like, I like this show. How do I get, my person on the show that I rep, or how do I get on the show? Like the Voice of Classic Soul, the representatives saw the show, and they saw the show and they loved it and they want to come on. I think that's really cool. And love coming from Indiana, from our friend Ralph Lampkin. We appreciate that, good sir. Christine, viewer of the week. You are lucky. You get to go into the Home Depot and the supermarket this week and online and say, I am the viewer of the week on the Jim Master Show Live. Well earned, too. All right, gang, we're going to wrap up. You ready? Jen is zen. The music's going to play. The theme, our Jim Masters Levity Singers and Orchestra are going to play us out. We will be here tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Oh, don't forget to relax, breathe, love one another, take care of one another, be good to one another. Don't let anybody get you down. Don't let anybody tell you you're not good enough. Don't let anybody tell you that you don't know what you're talking about. And don't let anybody try to change you from who you are and what you want to be. There's a lot of people out there who are not exactly what they say they are. There's a lot of people out there. Move on. Just do what you need to do. Relax, breathe, love one another, take care of one another. We say this every night. And there's times I have to remember it too, certain days. Just do you. Do the best you can for yourself, your loved ones, your family, for the community, and things will work out. That's what we say. And that's it. We wrap. You're all a star. And a couple more comments coming in here. Thank you very much. Absolutely, Christopher. My pleasure. I'm glad you're enjoying this show, Jennifer. I mean, you were willing to be in a drive-in in a tent with Ken over the weekend to watch this show. You're in a tent. You're in a tent with Ken, and you in a drive-in in a tent, and you still didn't miss our show. I mean, that's that's not only levity, that's loyalty. And I saw the video on Instagram that Rachel Ray posted of her burnt house day. Yeah, Rachel Ray, yes. I know the fire that happened at the house in upstate New York. That's very, very sad. I know, absolutely. Interesting year this is, interesting year. Levity is what it's about. You got it, Christine. Bye, all. You take care. All right. It's always a blessing when you guys are here with us, and continue to spread the word. We have more and more people that watch. We have a good core of real solid, faithful Lovities, and then we have people that come in and out, just like the ocean tide, which is the way it is, and I love it. I love it. As long as people check it out and they enjoy it, that's what it's all about. All right. Now I'm starting to sound a little bit like Bob Ross, who actually was really a cool cat. We're going to sign off. Jim Masters, thank you for your time this time. Till next time, back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific on The Jim Masters Show Live. Right here. Jen, you ready? Christopher Joseph, you ready? Here come the Jim Masters Show Levity Singers and Orchestra. Get your dancing shoes on. Thank you, Kathleen. Get your dancing shoes on. Jen is Zen, because we're going to knock it out of the park with the theme again just for you. You missed the intro? Gang, cue the outro. And here it comes. Good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow right here. If you're not here tomorrow, we'll see you on the next show. You can always watch it all on YouTube at Jim Masters TV and subscribe to the channel if you can. Good night. Bye-bye.